and the impugning of black women.
Say be
Because
okay,
it's
please.
clear. It's cool. Oh, I'm not scared. I live here.
I never said you were scared. On my live, you have to say be okay.
I'm not scared.
You have to
I'll never be
abbreviate.
scared.
You have to abbreviate. Oh my God. It has nothing to do with fear. It's about abbreviating words. You have to abbreviate race.
You have to abbreviate race.
No, on my live, anyone that comes on as a panel has to abbreviate race. You have to abbreviate race, negative words, and sexual words. Do you understand that?
So, do you understand that?
I'm telling you, you have to say be okay.
Negative. Because you're being very negative towards my race, and you aspire to be me. You'll never be like me. That's why you have to have this life.
Baby mama.
What a baby mama? What do you mean a baby mama?
Well, you're not making any sense.
No, you aspire to be American.
Oh, please. Okay.
That's
yeah,
what that's why you're mad.
Yeah. Oh my God, I'm so mad. Can you please address the prompt?
Your mom was born in a hut. I'm doing so now.
Oh my God. Yes.
Are you not does the truth hurt?
Can you please just address the prompt? It's nothing to do with the prompt. The prompt is about single moms are degenerates, and you're telling me something that doesn't have anything to do with the conversation. If you're smart enough, at least try to tie the two.
I'll be happy to do so.
Okay. Go ahead.
You will never be as good as a BLK American woman, and that's why you have this live up. And that's your whole problem. You're angry. You're jealous. That's your problem. If your mom was a degenerate, or if you are a degenerate, that don't mean American women are. That's you. And that false 15% for Caucasian, that is false. Because the greatest baby mama growth in the United States is non-black women. Because BLK men want to go to those women because we figured them out already. That's why there are passport bros. That's why there are passport bros, because we're not dealing with it. And now the other American women are beginning to see exactly what's going on. That's why that 14% number you gave is false.
Okay, so you're very delusional. It's not
No, you
false.
are. That's why you're here bashing Americans.
Are you going to let me land? I sat here and listened to you. I sat there and listened to you. So let me respond. It doesn't make sense if you're just gonna yap and then not let me respond.
Respond to me.
Oh my goodness,
but you're beneath me.
Then why are you up here? Then why are you up here?
You're trying to
Then why are you up here?
To call you out on your lives.
No, you didn't call anybody out. Nobody wants to be you. Nobody wants to be you. You BLK Fefails have the highest AB. I don't want to be a degenerate like you. Nobody wants to be a degenerate like you. Nobody wants to have the highest STD rate like you. Nobody wants to have the highest obesity rate like you. Nobody wants to have alopecia like you. Nobody. There's no one in this world that wants to be like you. You're not. You don't even have the highest education. Majority of you Fefails are not even educated. Majority of you Fefails are a bunch of cum buckets. Nobody wants to be like you. Nobody wants to be like you. The only thing you Fefails are good at doing is being degenerate. You are triggered. 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 Let me tell you something. You BLK Fefails
your mama's man
the
degenerate
family. The
you don't know who your
degeneracy.
Father is. Your father has seen you
majority of BLK Fefails don't know who their father is. That's the point. That is the point. You're proving me right. You are proving me right. You're proving me right. You are proving me right. I don't understand you bird brains. You're so dumb.
Man that has 4
You think insulting me changes what I have to say. You're proving me right. You're proving me right. If you're saying that
you're still a booty scratcher. You will never be nothing more than a booty scratcher.
If you are saying that
your
BOK
level
Fefails
of
from
booty
AF
scratcher is
are
so
international
deep
failures,
that
then you
have to
agree
make
with
a
me,
whole
dummy.
lie
You agree
because
with
you're
me.
jealous.
You're so dumb.
You're a booty scratcher.
You are so dumb.
You're a booty scratcher.
Okay, and guess
you're
what?
A booty
Majority of
scratcher.
BOK Fefails
you're
are
a booty
failures.
scratcher.
They are failures.
You're a booty
They are
scratcher.
community boxes.
You're a
Just like the
booty
rest of you.
scratcher.
The only booty scratchers
You're a
out
booty
here are the
scratcher.
ones that you are
And
letting
you're
bust a
mad
nut.
because you will never.
This is what I don't understand with you Fefails. You think insulting BOK Fefails from other countries changes what I have to say. You agree with me, dummy? Refresh. You agree? What do you mean by refresh? Yeah. This is what I don't understand with you Fefails. Is you think insulting me is going to change what I have to say. If you were saying that BOK Fefails from the continent are degenerates, if you were saying that BOK Fefails from the continent have multiple baby dads, then you agree with my prompt. See, you Fefails, no offense, but you Fefails from the US are a whole new level of dumb. Because you think that every time someone talks about single moms, it's centered around you. Listen, you BOK Fefails are international failures. But you know, it happens so much in your community in the US that you have to make it about you. You know it's true. You know damn well the baby mama culture in the US, it's so bad that you actually believe it's only happening in the US. That's how bad it is. Now, I'm going to try and reset this conversation. Welcome, Inspector.
Thank you for having me, Remnant, and hello to the chat. Yeah, I've just been listening, and I don't think any woman, especially women in other countries, aspire to be a BLK American Fefail. You know, one of the reasons my husband married me is because I'm not. You know, and the reason he married me is because a lot of you BLK females don't even know how to carry yourselves. And I think a perfect example of that is it's Jay here on the panel, right? She comes up, she can't have a civil discourse, and all she wants to do is attack. And this is how these failed women carry themselves in public. This is how they treat their men. And this is how they treat everybody in their life. And I think they absolutely need to be called out.
You're jealous that you're not American.
Oh, did I trigger you, babe?
No,
I'm
you
sorry.
can't trigger me.
Saying that. It's so
you can't
dumb.
trigger me. You can't trigger me.
But you
don't
clearly
have
are.
the ability.
But you
I didn't make a whole live about a race of women that I want to be.
It's not even
You
about
did.
a race. It literally says single moms are
did.
degenerates. It
Let
didn't
me
say
ask you a
BOK
question.
Fefails are degenerates.
Give me the origin of FIFA. Give me the origin.
You tell me.
Give me the no.
The origin
Give
is
me
your
the
great
origin.
grandmother.
The
The origin is your great
origin.
grandmother.
Exactly.
The origin.
See, it's a made up word that y'all need now.
Obviously, it's a made up word. Did you not know that? You really thought it's a word from the
Exactly.
dictionary?
You have to make up words to try to be me, but you never will. See, that's what we do in America. We have words, we have colloquialisms that stick. This bullshit that you got is just hate because you're a
actually
booty
dumb.
scratcher.
You're actually dumb.
No,
I get it. You're
and
actually
you're a
dumb.
booty
That's
scratcher.
why.
And
That's
you're
why
a booty
lot of you
scratcher.
Fefails are single mums. You're actually dumb. I actually get it. This is why you BOK Fefails have the lowest marriage rate. In the
You
US,
single,
you
your
have
mama
the lowest
single, your
marriage
grandmama
rate.
was
You
single,
have the
her mother
lowest
was
marriage
single,
rate. Do you know?
and they all-
Do you know that 59.3% of you pushed out
your
babies
mama and
with
your grandmama
no
use
ring on your
mud
finger?
as
Did you not know that?
insulation.
Did you not know that? That majority of you Fefails, you pop out babies with no ring on your finger. Because you all have the
You
same
scratch
bird
booty.
brain. mentality like you. You all speak like a bunch of hyenas. That's why your own BOK men are becoming passport bros. This is why BOK men in your own land, in your own state, in your own home don't want you. They don't want you.
Girl, you
because
can have
the reality is, you're saying I can have them. These are your men. What are you talking about? These are your men that you're supposed to be building with, but they don't want you. This is why they don't want you. Because a lot of you females are degenerates. You are degenerates. No man on earth wants to marry you females. No man wants to be with you females. The only thing that men want to do is clap your cheeks. That's the only thing men want to do is clap your cheeks. How come your own BOK men are running away from you faster than Usain Bolt? How come they're running faster than the fastest man in the world? How have you females pushed your own God-given man to other nations? Make that make sense. You want to insult me, but what about your own men? You females are unaliving your unborn babies and unaliving on hospital beds, pushing out babies. You have no man to protect you, no man to build with. You females struggle with the system, the YT man, the patriarchy, because no man wants to defend you. No man wants to protect you. No man wants to build with you.
You are a
and
weak
guess
bitch.
what? None of your men want you.
You gotta silence me because you don't like the fucking truth.
None of your men want you. This is why you're aggressive. You BOK females are aggressive. You BOK females are aggressive. You're combative. You talk like men. You act like men. Your makeup looks like other men's. Your wigs look like other men's. That's why they're passport bro. That's why they're passport bro. Because the truth is, because you can't be able to address the prompt like a civil human being. That's why I silence you. I silence you because you are a degenerate who keeps cursing and can't be able to prove me wrong. The only thing you do is prove me right. You are the great example of why BOK men don't want you BOK females. You are the greatest example of why all of your men don't want you. You are the reason why only 33% of you are married. 12 million BOK females are single and in the streets.
You're jealous. You're jealous.
I'm jealous of 12 million single females.
You're jealous.
I'm jealous of 12 million single ones.
Jealous.
How am I jealous if none of your men want you? What's there to be jealous of? Your men don't want you.
You're jealous.
Your men don't
because
want you.
Because you're not American.
But your men don't want you.
You can
you're
have
them. You're not getting married. How am I jealous if you're not even getting married?
Your country don't want you.
How are you? How is anyone getting married if none of your men want you? Your men don't want you. You live in Western society. You live in Western society where you have the most privilege, and yet you can't even get married. Yet you can't even have healthy babies. Yet you can't even have healthy communities. The only thing you can do is be able to get your cheeks clapped and bust a nut. That's what you're good at doing. This is why your men don't want you. That's why no man in every nation, especially the BOK men, are running far away from you females. This is what your men deal with. I get to lock off TikTok and live my life. I can't imagine what BOK men have to deal with every single day. This is what BOK men have to deal with. Every time I come in this live, you females remind me I am blessed to be a woman. Because I'll be damned if I was a BOK man have to marry you females. I would be damned if I had to be a man and look to wife you guys up. No, not happening. Peaches, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Yeah, I want to address you. You got your information fucked up, baby girl.
Okay, no swearing, Peaches.
I've lived in the UK, bitch. I know what's going on.
No swearing. Oh my goodness me. Why am I getting these ghetto hood rats? Please.
Here's another one who doesn't know how to have civil discourse, and she looks old too.
Me.
She's an old female. Look at her go. Look at her, she angry.
Goodness me. All right, can you leave the ghetto-ness in the ghetto and have some decorum? Okay? Can you try and act like you got some type of manners, decorum, something about you? Some brain cells, something. Okay? Go ahead, Peaches. You can express yourself. I don't mind. She's still cussing. Is she still cussing? You can express yourself, but please. No cursing.
I mean, look at how angry she is, Rems. She looks like she needs. I don't know, man. Come off mute, Peaches, and don't curse, please, or you will be dropped.
This is embarrassing.
Go ahead, Peaches. I sent you.
Bring it. I've lived in the UK. All y'all bitches over there.
Oh my
if that was
God.
nothing but
And
black
you're missing
men.
teeth?
Nothing but black men. If you get a black man in the UK, you doing something. Bitch, we ain't missing nothing over here. I mean, absolutely
Language,
nothing.
old lady. Language.
Like I said, you can mute me, take me out, whatever you want to do. I'm not going to let you come on here and
It's called
disrespect
self-control.
black women when your
It's
ass
called
is not
self-control.
black.
But it's the
But you're
same. But it's
after the black
Peaches.
men.
It's the
I'm
same
one of them.
thing. What are you talking about?
I'm one of them.
Yes, you are. You're degenerate.
I am one of
I
them.
know you are
You got the
degenerate.
right
I
one.
know.
I'ma
I
read
know
your
you
ass
are
top to
degenerate.
bottom, left
I
to
know
right.
you are hood rat. I know
Yes,
you are
ma'am,
ghetto
baby.
queen.
No, I'm not
I
hurting.
know
I've
you
been
are-
married.
I know
I've been
you
married
are
for
ghetto
over
queen. I
20-something
know it.
years
I know you're
to
ghetto
somebody
queen.
from
You are
the
ghetto
UK.
queen from the
So
ghetto. We
what
know
you talking
that.
about?
We know.
You have
what
no
I'm
idea.
talking about
You
is
a
that you're
young
ghetto
bitch
hood
full of
rat.
cum.
That's
That's
what
all
I'm
it
talking
is,
about.
my girl.
I'm talking about how
That's
you
it.
are a ghetto hood
That's
rat.
it.
That's what I'm
You a
talking
young
about.
bitch full of
That's what
cum
I'm
and ain't
talking
got
about.
nothing
I'm
to
talking
contribute.
about how you
Let's ride
are
with
a
it.
typical
Come on, let's
hyena.
ride with it, because
You
I've been
are a
listening to
typical
your
hyena.
motherfucking
You
mouth.
are the
Come on,
BOK
let's ride with
angry,
it.
the typical
Let's go.
BOK angry
Let's
Fefails.
go.
Let's go
Let's
where?
go.
Who's
And for
going
your
where?
information,
Going
I
where?
am.
Where are
And
we
for
going?
your
Huh? Are
baby,
you going to the
please, like I
streets?
said,
You going to the
don't
streets?
believe the
That's where
rhetoric this
you are
bitch is
going.
spewing.
That's
Because
where
when
you
we
are
lived
going.
over there, I'm
You
trying
are
to
going
tell
to
you,
the streets. That's
all
where
these
you are going.
females wanted
All
it
of
was
these
a black man.
Fefails,
They didn't
all
give a
of you
fuck
Peaches.
where they
Fefails
was
are
from,
just a bunch
what
of
they look
community
like,
boxes.
how they
That's why you're
smell,
crashing out
or
on my
nothing.
live.
If you get
You're
a black
crashing
man
out
on your
my
arm
live
over there,
The
because
black
you are a
man
baby,
is
you
typical
scamming
doing
ghetto
her.
hood
something.
rat.
But what you
They're
get
not
Typical
married in
ghetto
the
Africa.
hood
leftovers, my
rat.
They're
girl.
not
Look
married.
at
You
these
getting
That
ghetto hood
man's
rats
sitting
on
up
my
there
leftovers.
telling her what to
live.
Okay?
say.
You
Look
getting
at the
leftovers.
BOK queens you have
Let's
to
ride
marry.
with it.
Look
Let's
at the
go. I'm
BOK
ready for
queens you
this
have to
shit.
marry.
I've been
This is
waiting
why
to
That
let
none
you
of your
get
man
your
men
is
want
motherfucking
you.
about to
ass.
leave
This
her
is
and
why
go to
none
Mute
of
his
it.
your
Do
other
men
what you
want
gotta
family
do.
you.
in
But
about
I'm
Look,
2
gonna
hours
take
read
a
as
your
look
soon
at
as
ass.
your
his live is
You
over.
queens.
ain't even
Take a
been
As
look
to
at
the
your
soon as
United
she get
States.
her
queens.
The
pennies
fuck
Let's
you
from
take a
talking
look
about?
at them.
Americans,
Bitch,
These
I've
he's
been to
gonna
your
Fefails are
leave
home
her.
old.
more than once.
They
He's
are
gonna leave.
old
Allegedly.
That's
Let's
not
aunties
her
ride with
on
it.
home.
my
Peach, you have
live
Let's
to
right
ride
now,
clean.
with it.
crashing
Peach, you
out.
have to
Immigrant.
clean.
That's
Go.
not
Let's
You
her
have to
ride
Look
home.
at
with
clean
it.
these
I've been
your
That's
old
not
waiting
camera.
her
You're
on you.
home.
aunties
spitting all over
crashing
it.
out
That's
on
not
my
I've
her
been
live.
waiting
home.
on your ass.
That's
Look
You
not
at
her
know
you
Clean the
old
home.
spit.
nothing.
That's
aunties.
not
You're
her
not
home.
even
Nothing
young.
That's
You
not
about a
her
look
black
like
home.
you're in
woman.
your
You
That's
talk
50s.
too
not
Why
much.
her
don't you
You
act
home.
your
dumb, dumb,
She
and
is
age?
full
an
of
Why
African
don't
confidence.
you act
immigrant.
You
your
done been
And
with
the
a
age?
black
man
man.
that's
Why
You
telling
done
don't
her
you
what
shrunk
to
your
act
ass
say
your
is
and
about
got
to
you
leave
age?
pregnant
her
for the
and go to
next
his
bitch.
other
At your
Now,
family.
what you want to talk about
age.
now? Come on,
You
let's keep
are
it
all
going.
too old to
I'm
be
gonna
doing
get you some
this.
views
Peaches.
today,
You are
baby.
too
You
old
finna
Peaches.
to
be
be
every
on
name in
my
the book
live
when I get
crashing
done
out
with
like
your.
this. I don't
Why
get
y'all
this.
so why
You
y'all
guys
so
are too
scary?
old. You
Americans are
are
not
too
scary. You
old
can't come
to be
over. You
crashing
can't
out
be
like
talking shit
this.
about America.
Let me say something, right? You see, it's J5 and Peaches. They are aunties, you know. They are in their
You
menopause
are
era.
scary.
They are literally in their 40s and
He
50s.
finna leave you and go.
You are in your 40s and 50s.
He is a.
You are an auntie crashing out on TikTok. See, if you was young, if you was in your 20s, young, I could get it. All right, you know, you're young, you got energy, you got time. But I'm shocked that you aunties got time for this. How do we have a bunch of aunties and grandmas on my live crashing out? I need to understand what is going on.
Well, Rems, let me ask you this. Do you think they know that other races are sitting up here laughing at them? Because I think they're a joke. I don't even take it seriously. I mean, I just feel bad for the people in their lives that have to deal with their mouths every day. But other than
Honestly.
that, it's a joke. It's a joke to me.
It is a joke. Look, these are your aunties, mothers, and grandmothers. Okay, welcome, Real B. Can you please address the prompt?
I'm sorry, I'm having a couple trouble with my mic. Give me one moment.
That is what's really interesting about this is we are arguing with the older generations. These are older women. You know, look at this one on camera. She looks like she has grandkids.
How you gonna hate from outside the club and you can't even get in?
You
bitch?
are some old auntie crashing out online.
Can't get in.
TikTok is not even
How you
for
gonna hate
you.
from
I'm
outside
married
the
to be
club
okay
and you
now.
can't even
for
get in,
you.
bitch?
TikTok
can't
is
even
not
get
even
in,
for
hoe.
you. TikTok
You can't
is not
even
even
get
for
in,
you. You are
bitch.
way too old to be crashing out on TikTok. Like, I'm actually
I'm
being
in the
serious.
club, hoe, and your
You
ass outside
are too
looking
old
in
to be
mad.
crashing out.
Listen, get the
How
dirt
did you
from under your
how bad
toenails.
did you fail in your
Get
life?
the dirt
How
from
bad
under
did you
your
fail in your life
toes.
that you have to be on
Listen,
TikTok crashing out?
why don't
Auntie,
you go over and get
auntie,
some
why are
mud
you so
and
angry
go
on
ahead and
TikTok?
insulate
Why
those
are you on a
walls?
children's
Go
app this
insulate your
angry?
walls.
Why are you on a teenager's app angry? Like, let's real
Why
talk.
are you on
are
the
a whole
teenager's app?
auntie.
Are you a
I'm not
pedophile?
auntie like you.
Oh, you a
I'm
pedophile
not
and you looking
auntie.
for
You
children.
are
Oh,
a grown
wow.
auntie.
A
You have lived
pedophile booty
decades.
scratcher.
You have lived decades
Okay.
older than me.
You a
Okay,
pedophile
you
booty
sound like you're from the 1985.
I dropped her, Rems. She can't. You guys can't use certain language up here, or you will be dropped.
We have aunties on here crashing out. Are you Fefails not ashamed? You can't teach anyone anything because you have nothing to teach. That's why I say you Fefails, the only asset they have is their nyash. That's the only asset you Fefails have is your nyash. Because I would expect to have an actual conversation or debate with these older aunties. I will think you older aunties will teach me something, show me something, tell me something I don't know. You've lived older than me. You've clapped more men than majority of these Fefails. You're well veterans for the streets. Why don't you teach us something that we don't know?
Is Peaches still talking?
Oh, go ahead. You can speak.
Okay, I actually did not mean to come into the live. I've been listening for about like 5 to 10 minutes now. But I don't really know what's going on. Could you explain to me like what a fefail is?
Fail with female.
Oh, fell female. Oh, what exactly, like, what's the definition?
Is failed female. So anyone that has a modern mentality is a failed female.
Okay. And I guess with the prompt, single moms are degenerate. I don't necessarily believe that, but because I feel like you're just making generalizations. But that's just
Can you
my
just repeat
opinion.
that? Can you repeat that for me, please?
I said that I feel like the prompt is like specifically talking about a specific group of women and not all women.
I mean, yeah, that is true. We are talking about a certain type of fefail, but the reality is single moms in general are degenerates.
I wouldn't necessarily say that. Are you like religious or anything?
No, I don't talk about religion. It's nothing to do with religion.
Okay, that's fair. I wasn't necessarily saying it was, but I wouldn't necessarily say that single moms are degenerate. I mean, everybody goes through their own stuff. And also, some single mothers aren't necessarily single mothers by choice. You know, sometimes your spouse passes away, things like that.
So other than, there's always an exception to the rule, right? And your partner unaliving is not really a choice. Your partner unaliving or victims isn't really someone that we'll put in that category because there are exceptions to the rule. But then majority of the time, that's not what's happening. Majority of the time, they are opening their legs outside of wedlock. That's degenerate.
I understand what you're saying.
I mean, at the end of the day, the women are gatekeepers to SMEX, and they're the ones that are giving access to these men that are, I mean, getting up and leaving or just not wanting to be a part of their child's life. So what I don't understand is, as a woman, if you have a higher obligation and responsibility to lay the foundation for your child and provide a good mother and father structure for them, and you're not doing that, you're absolutely a degenerate, and you don't deserve to have children, in my opinion, at all.
Facts on facts. Okay, so SBL, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Hey, what's up, sweetheart? Let's see. Single moms are degenerate. Can you guys hear the echo?
No echo. Go ahead.
Good. Well, you just actually broke it down. It depends on what's going on. It depends on what this mom is doing. You know, I don't know what was going on. I just got in a little while ago. The last two people that were up here, I don't know why they were angry. I don't know what happened, but that's
They
definitely
were
not the
angry
behavior.
about what I was saying.
Oh, okay. Do you mind sharing what was said?
Well, I was saying that single moms are degenerates, and especially in the BLK, because people are asking me, why is it only the BLK Fefails? Is it only the BLK Fefails? No, there are other nations who are single moms. But when you take a look at who holds the image at the highest level, is BLK Fefails. BLK Fefails in every Western country have the highest single mom rate. They are the queens of baby mama culture.
Yeah. And
Oh, sorry. Go ahead, SBO. I didn't mean to interrupt.
no problem. I just saw, and I actually reposted this. I just saw, which you're right. You just stated all facts. Okay. We do, and I am a black woman. We do have the highest rate in that
Be okay,
department.
please.
Oh, sorry. I am a BLK. And we do have that high rank. And I just seen and came across another study that was actually done for the BLK population, where men have a very high rate of trapping and tricking women into getting pregnant. And
Okay, how do they do that?
by saying that they will be with them, or by removing the condoms.
So how did they trick them into having intercourse? Before we get to removing the condoms, you know, if this man is not your husband, how was he capable of tricking you if he never even married you?
It's all, you're right. You shouldn't even be having sex, which actually goes into a religion area. But a lot of people aren't religious and they don't follow.
But that's not the question. How does a man trick you if he hasn't married you?
By living sinful.
But how is he tricking you?
Falling into traps like lust, making promises that they don't keep, lying.
But this is it. If he made a promise, what's the promise?
Mm-hmm.
What's the promise?
I will be with you. I'm here with you. I will never leave you. I love you. You name it.
But he didn't marry you.
Well,
so
that's how they get in.
But it doesn't matter. He didn't do what he said he was going to do. So how did he trick you if he isn't doing what he said he's going to do? They
fell for the lie and they gave in to lust and sinful actions.
So that's not a trick. Because the reality is he isn't doing what he said he's going to do.
Well, if someone says a promise and they don't keep it, that is a lie, which falls under tricks and manipulation.
Well, no, that falls under stupidity.
Well, you can call her stupid for believing him and trusting him. Yeah, you can say that if you like. That could be. And then you have some people who are truly trusting and they want to believe this person. Now, for whatever reason that she chose to believe him, you know, it wasn't just. Now, I'm not saying all of them. I'm not saying all women get tricked. Some are out there doing whatever they want to do. Okay. But this study has men and women. Men are admitting to doing it, and it's a very high population of BLK men admitting to
But
getting a woman
men
pregnant
do. But
just to
this
have
is
access
nothing
to
new.
her.
But yeah, but this is nothing new. Men have always lied for Nyash. What are you
Yeah.
talking about? This is the oldest trick in the book.
Women need to wise up. They need to
It's the
wise up, and I
oldest
hope
trick in the book. Men will do anything for Nyash.
facts. And I hope coming across your page will give them the insight that says, "Hey, I don't want to become that."
So
You know, because
I can't possibly see it as tricking, because it's like, men, do you know what it is? These Fefails, it's not that the man tricked them. They thought that their coochie was going to be good enough to get him to marry her.
yeah, I believe that too.
It's not tricking, because let's be honest, right? He is not the only man that tried to clap her cheeks. There have been multiple men who tried to clap her cheeks. She has seen men chase her. She has seen men go in her DMs. She knows. Listen, every woman, female knows there are men out there who are always trying to clap your cheeks. So she knows men are always going to trick to get into her pants.
Facts.
So I don't think it's tricking. It's not tricking at all. She believed that she was going to get married. She thought that her coochie was going to change his mind, and it never did.
Yeah,
That's not tricking.
They fell for a lie. They fell for, or they wanted to believe they were more than what they thought he was, or, it could be so many things. But the fact is, I hope they stop falling for it. I could say I would wish men would stop lying, but there's nothing you can do about a liar. A liar's going to lie. I've been tricked. I've been tricked in the way, well, I don't have children, thank God that didn't happen to me. But, I thought I was married to someone who lied about being married already. So was I stupid? No, this person hid this information and lied. He presented to be something he was not.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter though. This is no. He didn't present himself to be something he wasn't. That's a lie. The man didn't marry her. He presented himself exactly as he is. Just because he said words don't mean nothing. We have to actually take a look at the action. The man never married her. The man was chasing a nut. He presented himself exactly for who he is. A man chasing a nut.
Yeah, in those cases. I was just speaking about my own, someone that told me something that led with something. I mean, he did still follow through with a marriage, but I had to get it annulled because this person was already married. I wish women would make men, do what they say they're going to do before they just allow to fall into their arms and think it's all going to work out. But like I was trying to say is that you can't stop someone from pretending to be something they're not. And the innocent or the good in you or the hopeless romantic or whatever they're thinking.
It's not innocence. It's definitely not good. It's the community box in them.
That part could be true too.
No,
Look, I'm not
true.
ever going to deny. I'm not going to ever deny it could be any of these things.
No, it's not hopeless romantic. It's not. No, it's none of those things. It's not. It's really not. It's not.
I wouldn't say it's not any of them.
It's not.
I would say it could be any of them.
It's because the community box in them.
It could be. It could be. But I wouldn't rule out every topic. As far as it could be innocent or it could be, hey, this is just how she is. She just moves like that.
Well, she clearly does. If you fell for that, then you clearly do. Because a woman with standards, a woman with standards doesn't find herself in that predicament. There's no way you are going to fool a traditional woman into opening her legs, getting her pregnant.
Yeah.
Because the man said, I will marry you.
Yeah, you know what? I 1000% agree with that because I was not going for any pregnancy until after I was married. There was nothing. It wasn't happening. So I wouldn't have even allowed it to happen first and then plan a wedding afterwards. That was totally not something I was going to allow. So I get where you're coming from, and I can say that is 100. Okay, I can say
Okay.
that.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna quickly read out the super chats. Thank you, Eric Jordan sent $2. Passport bro has more opinions than you, Fefails. Facts. Thank you, Rob sent $2. This is embarrassing as an American man, black BLK man. Yeah, that was embarrassing. You know, you have a bunch of aunties crashing out like that. I mean, if they were young, you'll be like, okay, yeah, but to be that old and that degenerate is crazy. Thank you, Rob sent $2. Disgraceful. I'm sorry, my non-American brethren. You don't have to be sorry. This is what happens. You know, Fefails will always get triggered. You know, that's just the reality. They don't like it when you call out their degeneracy and everyone is seeing it. That's all that it is. They don't like truth. People don't like truth because it calls them out for who they are, degenerates. It's open panel. But yeah, you know, I can never say that the man tricked you. The only time I can say a man tricked you if he actually married you. He married you, got what he wanted, and left. Now that is a trick because he actually did what he was going to do to get what he wants and then left you. But some guy telling you, oh, I love you, baby. You're so fine. I want you to be my wife one day, and he's just clapping your cheeks. Like, nah, that's not. He didn't trick you. No. He didn't trick you. You just wanted to. You just wanted to get your cheeks clapped by him, and you just wanted an excuse to do it. That's not a trick.
I get where you're coming from now. I do. Yeah, the whole baby part and getting into that. Yeah. But again, that study did come up. So take a look at it and see what you think about it.
I believe it because this is what men do. Men will buy cars. Listen, men will buy cars just to be able to get intercourse. You know, it's very hard for men to get intercourse. Okay? It takes a lot of effort to get a female to want to clap cheeks with him. You know, men don't just wake up and Yash is there. He has to have something about him. And if he doesn't have something about him genetically, like height, for example, then he has to put in a lot more effort. And the effort could be by lying, by tricking, by getting a car, or by just getting rich. So I believe that study because men will always have to do the most to get nyash. They always have to do the most. Fefails don't have to do the most. They just go outside and say, hey, I want my cheeks clapped. There will be one man that they find attractive that would say, let's go. A man can't really do that. So men pay for corn just to see nyash. I mean, you know, when the corn industry is thriving, that's how you know there are men out there who want the nyash and can't get any. So I believe that. Yes, men will lie for nyash. They've been doing it for years, decades. I mean, come on. This is nothing new. The fact that Fefails are talking about this now like it's something new is comedy. That to me is funny. Like, did you not know this? Is this a new information to you that men will do anything for a nut?
Yeah, I guess it's all proximity as well. I've never entertained a guy that that's not happened to me. So, you know, I guess that's what really triggered those women. They maybe were victims or not victims, but participated in that type of stuff. And this is why I can talk about it. 'Cause I'm not in that circle. So, But yeah, it's all kind of stuff going on out there.
I mean,
but I just hope they will
but you
wise
don't
up.
have to. But this is what you said. You said you have it. But the reality is, right? Every woman has had a guy try to clap cheeks.
Try, yeah.
And the truth is, he's just lying. They all lie out of the bat. They just lie. They just say whatever they can say to get your attention.
Mm-hmm.
The
So what
ones
do you
that
think?
are dumb enough fall for it.
Okay. So what is a solution that you can offer before I get off of here? If you have something to say to women about being approached by a liar or someone who's trying to trick her to get her to fold like that, like what would you suggest just to
What
women
would I
to
suggest?
yeah as far as their behavior?
They need to go and speak to their father and learn how to vet a man.
Good
I
answer.
don't know. I think a lot of this is false narrative, in my opinion, because the majority of men are not out here tricking women. And my thing is, and this is the biggest part that I don't understand, right? Is these women are choosing the type of men who would trick them in the first place. You know, had this woman been a traditional woman who understood the vetting process and involved her father and the men in her life, she doesn't have to deal with men like this. I'm not saying that the low barrel men don't exist. What I'm saying is you don't have to be in the same pool with them. It's really that
Well,
simple.
as someone who had a male figure in their life and who this man that proposed to me was vetted, still turned out to be someone I had to uh, leave. Thank God a pregnancy did not happen with this person. You know, it can still fall apart.
Okay, so I'm just going to quickly restart the live because I got a restriction. So I'm going to just restart the live and I'm going to just go back live in about 2 secs. So I'm going to restart the live.
And that's a fair number. The women are getting, the judgment is in the favor of the woman 8 out of 10 times. Okay. So with that being said, when a man has to go to court to get his child from a woman, he has to present certain
Are very sensitive about certain words and what people say. But I'll be honest with you, those aunties were way out of control. It didn't matter what I said, they were never going to change their language. They're treating me like they treat the men that clap their cheeks. That's why I don't take it offensively, because the truth is, they're angry that the last man that clapped their cheeks didn't marry them. The anger is not for me. There's no way. The anger is not... You can't be that old and this angry and think it's because of me and what I'm saying. That's delusional. You don't know me, auntie. You can't be angry at what strangers have to say about facts. Thank you, Derwin Walker, sent $2. Another great dive into the women's psyche. Yes, it definitely is. Okay, so we are back live, refreshed. Welcome. Single moms are degenerates. Now, a lot of these fefails, you know what's funny? You have these older, since I was on the topic anyways, you have a lot of these older single moms, right? And you look at the young generation and you think to yourself, well, they're worse than the older ones. No, they're not. No, they are not. They are like copy and paste. These aunties and these grandmothers were the OG community boxes that run the streets and are teaching you fefails to do the exact same thing. That's all that I'm seeing consistently. I think the last type of wives out there were probably in late 70s. After that, it's just been getting worse and worse and worse. These fefails, these aunties, these grandmothers, a lot of them, they're not wives. They raised you community boxes. And guess what? You raised more community boxes. This is why a lot of BOK Fefails love to use the word generational curse. Because they know damn well that this degeneracy was passed down. But you know what's interesting is the prompt says single moms are degenerate. And a lot of Fefails see this BLK Fefail. Well, this BLK Fefail chose to unalive her baby on her own gender reveal. She chose to unalive her baby because her baby dad didn't come to her gender reveal. Her baby dad has multiple baby mamas, and she let him clap her cheeks. And on her gender reveal, it was about unaliving the baby. So when I find these Fefails get triggered about this picture, it's because you don't even know what you're talking about. You don't even know what you're talking about. Munchie said ... What's going on? What does that even mean? Are you shocked that single moms are degenerates? Are you shocked that they love to spread their legs open, that they have to unalive their unborn babies? I mean, that's how you know hookup culture is over the roof. Because you Fefails go to the clinic like you go to get your hair done. You Fefails go to the clinic like it's a nails day. It's so normal for you Fefails to just go and unalive your unborn babies and let another man clap your cheeks again. Why did the aunties earlier mock your accent? Because they can. I mean, it's just that simple. I don't know what answer you expect me to have. Do you want a scientific explanation? Because people can and people will. It's just that simple. The reality is, a lot of these Fefails, they love to use the clinic like contraception. A lot of time these Fefails, they would say, a lot of these Fefails have been talking about men tricking them and men lying to them. Are you pro-choice? Am I pro-choice? No, I don't agree with AB. Am I going to stop you Fefails from unaliving your unborn babies? No, I'm not going to stop you from doing that. You do that, okay? You just do that. See, I'm not the one to tell you Fefails what to do, but I'm not going to lie, it is completely degenerate. It is degenerate. Because how many times are you letting this man clap your cheeks? How many times are you letting this man bend you over like a dog? And I'll be quite frank. It's not easy to get smegnet. Okay, a lot of these Fefails want to make it seem like it's easy to get smegnet. It's not entirely, okay? You can only get smegnet in 5 days in 1 month. That's the only time you can get smegnet, okay? When you're ovulating and your eggs are only in your uterus for 5 days. So the rest of the month, you can get your cheeks clapped and not get pregnant. So when I see these Fefails go to the clinic and unalive unborn babies like it's a hobby, yeah, that is completely degenerate. Because you chose to get pregnant. You chose to open your legs. It was all a choice. How can I come up? You just have to press the request button. Are you a woman? Deep Thoughts on Live sent $2. Thank you. Said keep up the good work. I appreciate you. This is it. Is a lot of you Fefails. It's funny because you will think, well, pro-choice, but it's like, if you really didn't want to get pregnant, you just won't. It's just that simple. If you didn't want to get pregnant, you just won't. You will just keep your legs closed. But it's so hard for you Fefails because you love getting your back door knocked open That's what you really want. You want to get your back door wide open for different men to recklessly clap your cheeks. That's what you Fefails want. It has nothing to do with my body, my choice. You want to be community boxes. That's why they have made tons of contraception for you Fefails, because they know you Fefails have no self-control. So they've given you so many options. You see, the reality is there's no point making different contraception for men. Men don't hold the keys to smacks. Men are not choosing who they want to clap cheeks with. There are men who haven't had smacks in a year, 2 years, 3 years. It is not by choice. It's not by choice. No, that's misogyny. Well, don't want to use that word. What's misogyny? What exactly that I'm saying is that you Fefails, you learn a new word and then you run with it. You Fefails act like you've never read a book in your life. You hear this one word and you run with it. Anyone that's against your degeneracy, somehow we don't like Fefails. We don't like Fefails. We don't like women. Do you know how dumb you sound? It is to have contraception for women and not men derives from. No, it doesn't. It does. Let me tell you something, right? Fefails, you need to understand women hold the keys to smecks. What is a Fefail? It's a failed female. Okay? You are the one who hold keys to smecks. It makes perfect sense why they would make contraception for you community boxes. Because you are the one who chooses when you want to have intercourse. You are the ones who know when you can have a baby. You are the ones who gets to choose who can knock your back door open. Men don't have any of those choices. Men don't know when you're ovulating. Men can't even choose who they want to have intercourse with. And men don't have as much as options as you Fefails do. So by giving you Fefails contraception actually places the ball in your court. What it does, it gives you more control of your reproductive system. It gives you more control over who you want to have intercourse with. But you Fefails are so dumb, you don't look at it that way. You Fefails are so dumb. They've given you Fefails wanted to be promiscuous. You wanted to spread your legs open like men do. You wanted to be in the streets like men are. You know, men get to clap cheeks when they want to, or the ones who have body count. You wanted to mimic men. And so when they make contraception for you to mimic men, it's a problem. Now it's a problem. The only way for you Fefails to actually freely be liberated is by having contraception. That's how I know you're dumb. Because in the 1960s, this is what they wanted. They wanted women to have contraception. Because they didn't want to have the burden of getting pregnant while getting their cheeks clapped. But you Fefails will always find a way to blame men, even though you want the man to clap your cheeks. But you see, you Fefails blame men because you can't get what you want from men, just like these single mums. Just like these single mums couldn't get what they wanted from men. That's why they're angry. They never got tricked. You Fefails are not getting tricked. A man telling you he's going to marry you, but he never does. How did you get tricked? So a man tells you he will marry you, but he never does. How did you get tricked? You Fefails, just admit it. You wanted to get in bed with him. That's it. That's all. That's as simple as that. There's no tricking. There is literally no tricking. It's an excuse. You Fefails know damn well that man is lying. Okay? You know damn well. And it's funny because they say they will marry you. Did he even engage you? Where's the engagement ring? It doesn't even make sense. It doesn't even make sense how this man is tricking you. He hasn't even engaged you. He hasn't even put a ring on your finger and then clapped your cheeks and left you. Nothing happened. Like, I get it if the man did the most. He bought you the ring. He engaged you. But the man is doing nothing but sitting in bed with you, telling you, I want you to be my wife in the future. And you think that was real. Beware what you judge. What do you mean beware what I judge? Everyone's judging you Fefails. There's nothing to beware of. It's called reality. It's called reality. Everyone is judging these degenerates. Everybody is. Your doctor is. Your teachers are. Your grandparents are. Everyone. Everyone's judging the single mom and everyone's judging that pitney. There's no beware. People are doing it. You Fefails think you come with these weird beware what you judge. Beware what? Why don't you beware of how many men you let clap your cheeks? Why don't you tell these Fefails to beware of how many men they let clap their cheeks? Because somewhere along the lines, these single moms have no self-control. See, it's funny that you will tell me beware who I judge, but you won't tell these Fefails beware you might get pregnant. Beware you might actually become a single mom. Isn't that interesting? You won't tell women beware of who you open your legs to. No, you won't say that. You will say beware of what I'm saying. And that's how I know you Fefails are degenerates. That's how I know you Fefails are degenerates. Met lady put a yawning face. I know truth bores you. So why don't you go back to Tyrone and let him clap your cheeks? Because that's more exciting to you. I know truth bores you Fefails, okay? I know standards bore you. I know truth bores you. But the only time you're not bored is when a man is clapping your cheeks, lady. I get it. I've been known that. That's why no man is trying to marry you Fefails. Because the only thing that excites you is the D. That's the only thing that excites you. I don't expect you to be entertained by truth. You're only entertained when a man bends you over. That's where you Fefails are at your best, isn't it? That's when you can show the man all of your experiences that you've been having. That's when you Fefails are at the top of your game when you're giving guap 3,000. That's when you Fefails are on the top of your game. When your mouth is wide open and no sense is coming out. So I get it. Nothing that I'm going to say will ever be interesting. Because why would it be to a community box? Why would it be to a community box? This is why single moms will forever be degenerates. The reality is, they will always be the lowest ranked in society. You will never actually see them produce anything conducive for society. There's nothing wealthy, healthy coming out of her coochie. You know, it's funny that a lot of these Fefails would say, well, you know, we birth nations. We birth your daughters and sons. It only means something when they actually come out to be healthy civilians. When you are birthing nations and they're all degenerates, then it doesn't mean anything anymore. When majority of you Fefails are a bunch of single moms and your sons are coming out to be criminals and your daughters are coming out to be community boxers, then what type of nation are you Fefails birthing? What, you want people to celebrate that you have brought destruction to society? Is that what you Fefails want? I don't even know why you Fefails celebrate Mother's Day, do baby showers. There's nothing to celebrate. Your pitney is going to be raised in a broken home. Why is anybody celebrating you? There's nothing to celebrate. The pitney has no father. But somewhere along the line, you Fefails think that's normal? You actually believe it's normal to be degenerate. Just like you think it's normal to be a bop. Just like you think it's normal to unalive your unborn babies. You Fefails think it's normal being degenerate. And then when a man shows you it's not, now it's a problem. I'll be honest with you, it's coming like men have more standards than you Fefails. It's really starting to look like men have more standards than you Fefail. Honey, where are you from? Where do I sound like I'm from? So a majority of BLK single moms have failed in life. Absolutely. I sound Arabic. That's interesting. Yes, majority of BLK single moms have failed in life. Of course. What do you think they did? Succeed? How do you succeed when you have a broken home? I'm actually shocked. That is a question. How do you succeed when your children have no fathers? How have you succeeded when the only thing you was able to birth was a mistake? Because their pitneys are mistakes. Okay? A lot of your pitneys are like mistakes. Logic. You didn't conceive them out of love. Someone said Nigeria, not a thing. Don't know what you're talking about. Someone should clock your tea. Clock what? What are you talking about? You Fefails get triggered and then you make these you make these weird sentences. Like it doesn't even make any sense. Why don't you just say what's on your mind? Why don't you just do that? Why don't you just say what you want to say? Because the reality is you're not making any sense. Just like these single moms never made sense in their life. They thought they were making sense when they bent over. They thought they were making sense when they believed the man was going to marry them until they ended up being a single mom and carrying that baby for 9 months alone. I mean, you know you failed when you carried that pitney alone. You carried the 9-month baby alone. Someone said pure projection. Wow, pure projection. Meanwhile, in the BLK community, they have the highest single mom rate. But I'm projecting. Yeah, I'm projecting. Meanwhile, in the UK and in the US, you BLK Fefails can't keep a man. But I'm projecting, right? Oh yeah, make perfect sense. Thank you, Deep Thought. Sent $2 US. You sound like logic. Thank you. I appreciate you. Look like a Nigerian. Like I said, you're on that ish. Well, I know that's true. I mean, in the UK, BLK Fefails have the highest single mum rate. It's funny that you guys always think that insulting people from the UK is going to trigger me. I mean, I like that you guys try. It's funny. But you do know that in the UK, a lot of Fefails from the continent, like Nigeria and Ghana and the Caribbeans, are also degenerates here too. Did you not know that? Oh. Like I said, BOK Fefails are international failures. You guys are not winning anywhere in life. You're not winning anywhere in life. Even the BOK men in the UK, they're more likely to be the YT women for obvious reasons. I mean, let's be honest. YT women are more feminine, are more submissive. They're not as combative. What do we have here? Is it Maya? Welcome, Maya. Can you please address the prompt?
So most of the things that you've stated so far since I've been alive, I do agree with, because first off, this is the first live that I've seen where women are finally getting held accountable for their actions, because it seems like every single live that is on here is always the man. But I think some women have to realize that a lot of stuff wouldn't happen if you didn't allow the access to begin with. So it's just like, for me, for example, I don't have any kids, not pregnant, whatever. But if I was to end up in that predicament, it would be 100% on me, because I allowed it to happen, if that makes sense.
Yes, it makes perfect sense. It
It wouldn't be me
makes perfect
pointing the
sense.
finger. Yeah. So I feel like it starts with accountability of everybody. Like, just everybody needs to hold themselves accountable for whatever position they're in life right now. No one else.
And it's interesting because this is what Fefails do. Everything that's happened to you in life, everything that's happened to them in life, you in life, generally speaking, it's your fault. Unless someone unalived and you are a victim, everything else is your fault. And yes, it definitely does include divorces. It does. If you divorced your husband, if you initiate divorce, then who initiates a break the home? Of course, divorce is included. Everything that these Fefails do in their life, it's your fault. It's your fault for who you choose to be around. It's your fault for how you let people treat you. It's your fault for even being in certain circles for as long as you did. But it's easier to blame men. It's very much easier to blame men. That's
100%.
That's how they're able to cope with their failure, blaming the baby dad who never even wanted to marry her. It's just that simple. Had a YT friend whose dad left out of nowhere, one of the best mothers out there. Clearly she wasn't if the father left out of nowhere. I mean, how are you the best anything but your man left you? That doesn't even make any sense.
That's the thing, though. There's 99% of the time, there are going to be signs. It's not just something that is like a light switch. There were signs, and 99% of the time, the signs get ignored for delusion until it's too late.
Exactly. They always want to make it seem like it happened out of nowhere. No, it didn't. It did not happen out of nowhere. She clearly was the worst because the man left and never came back. Okay, House, welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Yes, hello. I mean, okay, if you want to turn me off, it's fine. I'm a little bit older. I'm 51. Maybe I'm too old. My son's 24. Father was just alcoholic, drunk, always told me it would change, never did. We weren't married. Finally, I broke up with him and left, and I became a registered nurse. I help my son. I have a nice home. I travel. But it was hard when he was younger. It was rough. And my son is seeing messed up stuff.
Can you address the prompt, please? Do you
So
agree
single
or disagree?
moms are most of them are. But I'm not, but I'm the exception. I feel that proves the rule, but most of them are.
You are not the exception.
Not all. I'm not?
No.
Okay.
Far from it.
Okay. And why do you say that?
I mean, look at the man that you chose to have a baby with.
I know. Well,
So that you
so
clearly
I'm
are
a
not the
degenerate.
exception.
All right. So I'm a
Hold
degenerate
yourself
for the rest of my life.
accountable.
And so I'm a degenerate for the rest of my life, or I
Yes.
made a bad decision
Yeah,
then?
you are degenerate for the rest of your life.
Okay. Well,
I mean, no one told you to open your legs to a man that's an addict.
No, I know. You're right.
Especially bringing a child into that predicament, like that's terrible.
Well, I mean, wow, shit. I'm sure they call now.
No cursing, please.
Oh, sorry. Well, my son's in the Navy and he's serving our country and he's doing good. And yeah, I mean, I fell in love with him. I was young. I believed he would change. I mean, I was in my early 20s and he didn't. Shit, but I'm sorry, shoot. But I guess if I'm a degenerate,
you
then
thought your nyash would change him, just like every other community box thinks it would.
I guess not. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but why are we blaming the women and not the men?
Who's that speaking? Is that
Here we
Sierra?
go, bro.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Sierra. You might as well just address the prompt.
Well, I don't think single moms are degenerates. I feel like we're blaming the victim in this situation. Because
I'm gonna tell you right now, you're a failing Fefail.
How are they a victim?
If a man chooses to lay down with a woman and they have a kid, that child is also his responsibility, and he
But how
walks
are
away
they a
from
victim?
No one said he's not.
Hold on, wait. I want to understand. How are they a victim?
Why is the single mom not the victim when she's the one who's abandoned with the responsibility?
How is she a victim?
Because she was abandoned with a heavy burden.
No, she wasn't. She chose that. She chose that reality. She chose to be a single mom.
How did she choose to be a single mom?
Okay, so how do you make babies?
If you have... That man also chose to make a baby.
No, my question is how? How do you make babies?
You do the nasty.
Okay, then. So before you chose to have intercourse, did you not measure the risk of having a baby?
Okay, but does that burden not fall on both people?
That's not my question. My question is, do you not measure the risk of having a baby?
I hear you, but the risk is on both people.
You're not answering my question. Welcome, Most Love. Is good to have you here. Welcome. That's not the question. The question is...
I get where you're going with this.
But you're not answering the question.
Like I said, I get where you're going with this and how it's the woman's fault for choosing to be with the man.
But you're not answering the question. The question is, did she not measure the risk of getting pregnant?
Yeah, so?
Okay, then. So when she measured the risk and knew that was a likelihood of her getting pregnant, she chose it. She chose to sacrifice to get her cheeks clapped.
Yeah, but in any case, there's responsibility on both sides.
There's no responsibility. It's open panel.
A man could go out and do the nasty, and then he might have kids.
I mean,
if any two consenting adults do the nasty, they could have kids.
Exactly. Yes, they can. So they chose it.
Responsibility on both sides.
It's not a shared responsibility. If the man is not your husband, then just like the man is not responsible if you want to unalive the baby, the man is not responsible to choose to be a father.
Well, he was planned.
Why do you think that?
I mean, I got off contraceptives
it's his child.
to get pregnant with him.
Sorry,
I mean, I was on contraceptives.
Let just House speak. What did you say, House?
I was saying that I was on contraceptives. I got off to get pregnant with him. He was planned. And he stopped drinking for a couple of years. I know I was stupid.
You planned to get do you plan to have a baby with an addict?
Wow.
Well, he didn't drink for 2 years. I didn't think he was an addict anymore. Then he started
This
drinking
is why
again.
you're forever going to be a degenerate.
House, when you came up, did you say that you didn't marry this man?
No, correct. He would not marry me. Correct.
So
we should not be blaming the victim.
So you
she
knew,
got abandoned.
Hold
That's
on, just
not
a second,
victim.
Tiara.
She left him. That's not. You listen. You don't get abandoned because the man was never with you. Go ahead, Inspector.
Right.
He was with her when he made the
And my
child.
thing is she knew obviously that he wouldn't make a good husband, so she decided to make him a father.
Why?
But anybody, any
marry
man,
me.
even a
He
husband,
didn't
can
want to
up
marry
and leave
me.
a wife with kids.
I didn't want him.
That's actually not happening.
Ken.
Men are not leaving their wife and kids.
Yes, they are.
No, they're not.
Divorce rates are really high.
Yeah,
I
and
can
do
show you a
you know
statistic.
who initiates the divorce?
Usually the man.
It's women.
It's women.
Oh, women.
Incorrect.
Oh,
it's women.
It's about 70% in the US initiated by women and 60% initiated by women in the UK. So there's only like 30-20% of men initiating divorce. They're not
But why do
leaving.
you not think it's a shared responsibility? So a man could just go out and impregnate as many women as he
think of
wants,
it like
and
this.
it's
Can a
just
woman? Well, think of it like
she
this.
has sex with that man.
Think of it like this. Can a woman unalive her baby without the man's permission?
True.
So a man could just.
I'm asking you a question. Can the woman unalive the unborn baby without the man having any say?
Sierra.
Yes, she can.
Yes. Sierra, that question was for you.
Yeah, that was. I know. I'm asking her the question. She's gone real quiet.
I hear you, but you're missing.
Can
the
you
whole
answer the
entire
question?
point.
I know you hear me. Everyone can hear me. I know you can hear me. Everyone can hear me. But I need you to answer the question.
A child is a shared responsibility.
Answer the question. The question is, can a woman unalive? No, answer the question. Can the woman unalive the unborn baby without the man's permission?
Yes.
Now, she can do that because she knows she's not married to him. Even if she's married, she can still do it. But the reality is, it has everything to do with that. Exactly, it's her body.
Why can a man dictate what a woman does with her body?
So hold on. So if a man can't dictate what you do with your body, so why are you trying to dictate what a man wants to do with his body?
You ready to put it on ASAP, huh?
Yeah.
You just put your brains in 2 days ago.
Well, now, so are you talking about single mothers giving birth single? Or are you talking about they were married and then they divorced after?
Both.
Okay, well, I'm not trying to get political, but this is just the best example. Barack Obama.
Well, just a second, House. Just a second, because I don't want to get away from what Remnant was trying to explain to Sierra. And what she was trying to explain is that the majority of the responsibility and accountability is on the women because we carry life. We give birth. It's not men. And I don't understand why that's hard to understand.
You know, it's funny that these Fefails will say it's my body, my choice, but you won't give a man the choice to choose if he wants to be a father or not. So you can choose to be a mother. You can choose to literally unalive that baby. Okay, bleed that baby out of your nyash, because that's what happens. Okay, you swallow the pills and you bleed it out in the toilet. So you can do that. You can put your body through excruciating pain to bleed out a baby, but you want to force the man to stay? Does that make sense to you, Sierra?
What?
What I just said.
I went on mute. I was having a conversation.
So you think it's normal? You think it's normal that a Fefail can bleed out the baby? She takes the pills and bleeds out the baby in the toilet, goes through excruciating pain, but you want to force a man to have to stay. Meanwhile, you can bleed out the baby unalive.
He don't have to stay with the woman, but he could support the child.
But why does he have to support the child if you can bleed out your own baby?
Because it's his child.
But no, but was it not his child? Was it not his child when you was pregnant and you chose to unalive it?
Hey, a man can get a
hold on. Was it not his child?
Was
it not his child when you chose to unalive it?
I'm not talking about if there's an abortion, there's no baby.
Say AB. No, it is a baby.
Then she
wouldn't
be a single mom.
It is a baby. It is a baby.
She wouldn't be a single mom.
It is a baby. You females are hypocrites. So you want to make men stay, but you want to bleed out a baby inside you.
There's no child. What are you talking about?
There is a child. There is a baby. By 12 weeks, you can tell the gender.
Yeah, and she had an abortion and killed the child.
Say AB. Say AB.
Yeah.
Say
There's
AB.
no responsibility on either side.
Sierra. She knows when the child is a girl or boy by 12 weeks. So if you can choose to unalive your own baby,
I feel like we're getting off the topic of single moms.
It's not off the topic. It's not off the topic.
Yeah.
It's not actually.
If there's AB, there's no responsibility.
There is responsibility. There is responsibility.
There's no child there.
There is responsibility. There is responsibility.
If the mom AB is the child, there's no child. Then she's not a single mom.
Then hold on,
she doesn't
Sierra.
have any kids.
No, she does have a baby. There's life. There's
no,
life.
she doesn't, because the child is not there.
There is life. There's life. There's life.
But you're saying she had an AB.
There is life.
You're saying she had an AB.
There is life. There is life. There's life.
You said she had an AB.
There is life. There is life. So if my point is
this world,
Sierra, my point is this: if she can be able to choose to not be a mother, because when you unalive the unborn baby, you are choosing to not be a mother. You are saying, you know what? I'm canceling this journey of motherhood.
Okay,
I don't want it. Hold on, let me land. A man can't tell you to unalive your unborn baby. Even if the man said, I don't want to be a father, get rid of the pitney. If she doesn't want to, can she? If the man said, hey, get rid of your baby, can he force you to?
We're getting off the point.
No, that's Mike. Answer my question. If the man told you,
I'm trying to. You're not letting me
go
answer.
ahead. If the man told you,
fly my plane real quick.
If the man told you to unalive the unborn baby, can he force her to?
Can I say something more than one word?
Go ahead.
Okay, my point I'm trying to get at is it's the woman's body. The man has sperm. If he didn't want to have no kids, he would get a vasectomy, right? You're talking about AB.
That is not the question. The question is no. Answer the question. This is what you're doing. You are deflection queen. That is not the question. The question is Sierra. Hold on, Sierra. That is not the question. The question is.
Why do you get to talk, but you keep talking over me?
Because you're not answering the question. That's why.
I did.
The question is no. You didn't. If the man doesn't want to be a father and says, "Listen, I don't want to be a father. I'm not ready to be a father. Can you please get rid of the baby?" Hold on. That's not the question. Can he be able to force her to unalive that baby?
Listen,
it's a simple question.
If he says he doesn't want to have the child and she has that child, then it's up to the woman on whether she wants to keep the child or not.
You see what you just did there, Sierra? You see what you just did?
My mom was 2 months.
Hold on. You see what
my
you just...
mom was 2 months pregnant when she got married.
Hold on. This is why I say you Fefails are hypocrites. Because in
you're not even letting me talk.
You're not even letting Sierra talk.
In 1 second, I've been letting her speak. In 1 second,
you would say... I can't even make my point. You keep talking about AB. I'm not talking about AB.
That's what... No, AB has everything to do with it. Because the Fefail on the post... No,
it doesn't.
Yes, it does. Because you're saying that why does it...
If there's an AB, she's not a mom.
Hold on.
She doesn't have a child.
So why
she has an AB? So she's not a single mom.
Okay, she made... Hold on. But she gets to choose...
This is not about single mom.
But she gets to choose... But she gets to choose when she doesn't want to be a mother. So why can't a man choose that? The man can't... This is what you Fefails don't understand, right?
Men choose that all the time. do you
This
think
is
we
what
have
you
single
females don't
moms?
want to admit. This is what you females don't want to admit, right? A man has no
Men
choice.
choose not to be fathers all the
No.
time.
So then what's the problem
Why
then?
do you
Why
think
are
there's
you
a such thing as a single mom?
Hold on. If a man, if you can choose to not be a mother because it's your
and
body,
you can choose not to be a father.
Exactly. So they're
and
not
that's
victims.
why they're single moms.
Exactly. They're not victims. That's the point. It's a choice. They can choose to be a mother or
They
not.
were abandoned
he
with the
can choose. No,
responsibility.
it's not abandoning because she chose to keep the baby. She chose it. She chose to keep the baby, and the man made it clear he didn't want it.
Said he was going to be there for that woman.
Then she was done because he never married her. Then she's done because he never married her.
Of where she cannot get an AB, and she's forced to keep the child.
No one forces you to keep the child.
And she then takes on the responsibility.
No one forces you to keep the child.
He dumped that responsibility onto that woman.
No one forces you to keep the child. No one. It's actually quite frankly impossible. You just said it. My body, my choice. There's no man on earth that can keep you, that can force you to keep the child. That's not reality. That's against the law. It's against the law for a man to force you to keep a baby.
Everything on the moms, but we're not talking about the dads that are walking away.
Because there's nothing you can do about that. What do you want people to do? Force the man to stay? It's
like forcing you to child.
But
he don't have to stay with the woman.
What if he doesn't want to? What if he doesn't want to? Now what?
Then he shouldn't be having kids.
But you can't stop him from doing that. Now what?
Yes, you can get a vasectomy. Just how you advocate.
You can't force a man to do that.
And birth control.
You can't. But
use contraceptives.
I actually never.
He chooses not to, and he has kids with random women.
I never tell females to use
and
contraception.
Leaves them and traps them with babies.
I just say that is what's out there. But you can't force anyone to do anything. It doesn't make sense. You can't force a man to get a vasectomy. You can't force him to be a father. So what's the best way to protect yourself then? Like this is what you females.
Okay, listen.
It doesn't make any sense.
Let's do the perspective of somebody who's not a bird. Okay, let's say a woman and a man, they've been together. They do the wooty woo. They've been to a long relationship. She gets pregnant. She's about to have the baby. Then when she's about to give birth, the man disappears and ghosts her. He left her with the responsibility of having that child. He could have been said a long time ago he didn't want to have that child. She is a victim of being abandoned with that responsibility.
She's not a victim because
and you're sitting here talk about, well, she should have married that man.
Do you know there's a saying? It's a very old saying. You are single until married. Have you heard of that?
So you think only married women should have kids?
I never said only married women should have kids. What I'm saying
asking you. I didn't say you said that.
No, I'm not saying that. No, well, to some extent, yes. I do believe that only married women should have kids. Yes, because that is the best way to raise healthy children. Having children, I'm not saying that's the only thing.
Do you guys know what fraud is? Fraud, misrepresentation, lying, deceiving.
Okay, how can a man deceive you into giving them your box? How does a man trick you into putting your panties down and laying on your back?
He presents himself as being a good man and saying he's going to be there for you. And then when things get tough, like when you get pregnant, he disappears and leaves you with a child.
Don't you think good men would marry you? So maybe
but not every man is good. Not every man is good. You don't know until you get to know them.
We know that not every man is good. So why are you laying on your back to a man that's not married to you? It sounds like you don't know what a good man is. A good man would marry you.
So you're a virgin? Are you married?
None of your business.
Okay, then. Just how you done the nasty without being married. There's plenty of people that out here doing the same thing.
That's the truth. You don't know that.
So what if you out here doing the nasty?
Then you are a community box. Then you are a community box.
Now you're a community box just like everybody else.
Yeah. Duh, that's exactly how it happens. What, you think anyone's special? It's not that dumb. That's the difference.
I just don't. I feel like you speaking as matter of factly, as if this isn't something that couldn't happen to you.
No, it doesn't just happen. That's what you females think. This is what you females think. You think you just magically.
It is something that can happen.
No, it doesn't.
That's
just
something that can happen.
No, that's not true. No, it's actually impossible for it to just can happen. Do you know?
It's
do you know how many
impossible.
times
It happens all the time.
No. It's because you females are dumb and reckless. That's why. It's because you females are dumb and reckless. It doesn't just happen. You know there's only one period of time in a month you can get pregnant.
I don't think that's true.
Oh my God. What do you mean you don't think that's true?
I don't believe that's true.
So you believe you can get pregnant anytime?
For the most part, yeah. Don't you know sperm can sit inside the box?
Oh wow. And what does the sperm need?
An egg.
Okay then. So, if there's no egg, where does the sperm go?
I have no idea.
I know. That's the point. You don't know.
Okay, so what? Answer the question then.
You don't
Where
know
are you
your
trying
body.
to get at?
Remnant isn't your biology teacher. If you don't understand the basics of biology, then that's research you need to do on your own.
Okay, but I didn't come up here to talk about abortions.
I wasn't even talking about
You have to
ABs.
say AB.
We wasn't even talking about that.
We shouldn't only be blaming women because guys choose not to take the responsibility of being a father. They chose, just how a woman chose to lay down with that man chose to lay down with that woman. And what happens when two people lay down together, they produce a baby. And when two people make a baby, that's their responsibility. They're abandoning their responsibility.
And there's
then
nothing
the
you
woman
can
is
do
left
about
to
it.
pick up the pieces. So we should not be blaming women and making them the sole reason, the only person responsible in that situation when we both know that's not true.
They are the sole responsibility, because who holds the most burden? When there is a baby involved, who holds the most burden? Is it the man or the woman?
Huh?
Who holds the most burden? The man or the woman?
The burden of what?
The burden of having a baby.
It's supposed to be a shared responsibility.
That's not the question. It's not about responsibility. It's who holds the most burden.
It's supposed to be a shared burden.
Oh my goodness me.
I don't like to refer to a child as a burden, so I say responsibility.
It's reality. So for example, when you get pregnant, right? When you get pregnant, who has to deal with all the imbalanced hormones? The man or the woman?
The woman.
Okay, then that's a burden. Because she may have morning sickness throughout the whole entire pregnancy for 9 months. Is that not a burden to her? Constantly, I don't even want to use this word, but the truth is vomiting. Morning sickness every hour, every 2 hours. Is that not a burden?
Yeah, but
having
back
stretch
to your
marks,
biology,
her body's changed. But it's a burden. But that's
will help prevent and mitigate the chances of getting morning sickness.
Having what?
Healthy sperm.
No, there's nothing about there's nothing to do about.
That's true. You could look it up.
Yeah, but that's not, no. You can get morning sickness whether the sperm is healthy or not healthy. Doesn't mean anything.
I didn't say that. I said it mitigates and reduces the chance of getting morning sickness. That's what I said.
Does the sperm change the fact that you are going to put on weight? Does the sperm change the fact that you may have a child maybe earlier than usual? Does the sperm change the fact that you are carrying the baby? It doesn't change anything. You are still going to be the one that holds the most burden, whether you like it or not.
Okay, so what point are you trying to make?
The point I'm trying to make, if you as a biological woman understand, I don't think you understand because a lot of you females don't, but we do know that we as women are the ones who carries the baby. We are the ones who have to push the baby out. We are the ones who have to go through pain of pregnancy and giving birth and postpartum. So why don't you females protect yourself instead of expecting a man to do it for you who clearly didn't want to marry you in the first place? You have no answer?
I mean, what do you want me to say to that?
I mean,
I don't know.
something.
You could
Because we keep getting off
admit that
topic.
you've just been up
This
here
is my
talking out of
point
your
that I
ass this
keep trying to
entire
make.
time.
I believe that childbirth is a shared responsibility. Point
Yeah, we
blank
know
period.
you do.
Whether
We know
they're
you do.
married or not, I think it's a shared responsibility. And I feel like we should not be solely blaming women for being single mothers. Point blank period. That man still chose to walk away. The woman still shares the burden of her choice of deciding to keep her child and take on that burden and
You know what's
responsibility
sad
for
about
herself.
this, Remnant, is that the children are the ones who suffer, right? If the women are completely incapable of taking accountability, guess who suffers the most? The children, because the mother failed to establish a good foundation, right? A mother and a father
so
in the
what
home.
about in the cases where fathers die?
Hold on, I'm not done. So
What
statistically
happens in the
speaking,
cases where
we know
the
that
father
children
unalives?
do better in two-parent households. So why just go and clap your cheeks everywhere? What's the point of that?
Okay, but what about in the case where the father unalives?
Yeah, we're not talking about that. That's the
You
exception.
always
I'm
like
just
to go to
asking.
the extreme. I know,
That's
but you
not an
guys always
extreme.
like to go to the
That's something that
extremes
could
to
actually
prove a
happen.
point. The exception
not an
doesn't make the
extreme.
rule, ma'am. The exception does not make the
Listen,
rule.
I'm trying to have an interactive dialogue. I'm not trying to be defensive. I'm not trying to persuade y'all to my side.
There's
I'm
two
just
people.
trying to come. I'm just trying to explain
That's not a choice. That's not a choice.
I'm just trying to explain
someone
to you.
someone unaliving is not a choice that they made. I mean, you know,
It's still the same thing as a man walking away.
No, it's not actually. No, it's not, because she had a choice to
Because
keep.
she's blindsided
Let me tell you
by the
something.
fact
No,
of a
she's
man
not.
leaving while
She's
she's having
not.
a
Listen,
child.
let me tell you something, right? So when you have, before this child existed, when you have intercourse with this man, did you not did you not for once think that this man may not want to be a father? Because he's not married to you. He's not your husband.
Okay, so you ever thought for a second before you laid down with that woman that she might not want to be a mother?
No, we're not talking about the man. We're talking about the woman. The woman, that's the woman who gives birth to this child. Before she even ends up pregnant, okay? They're about to have intercourse. Does she not think, what if I end up being a single mom? Does she not think about that?
Okay, and then she chooses to go on with holding the burden of being a single mother.
And that's the difference. You see, that's the difference? She chose it. So she sat there and thought, I might get pregnant.
Because her two options would have been give up my child, get an AB,
hold on,
or
wait,
sustain life.
Sierra, I'm talking about before she gets pregnant. Before you get pregnant, when you are about to have intercourse with this man, do you not think about the consequences of maybe becoming a single mom?
Okay, when a man lays down with a woman, does he not think of the consequences of being a single father?
We're not talking about the man. We're talking about
the
women.
So a man can't be a single father?
We're not talking about the man.
Are single fathers degenerates?
Hold on. We're not talking about the man. We're talking about the women. Does she not think about the consequences? Does she not think that I might end up being a single mom? Does she not?
Does the man think of the consequences that he might be a single father?
Answer my question. You keep.
But isn't the opposite also true?
No, let me tell you why it's not the same thing.
Why is the opposite not also true?
Because men are not pregnant for 9 months. That's why.
But a man can also be left to take care of a child by himself and be a single father.
He can be left. That's true. But who carries the most burden?
The person who keeps the child.
No, even if she chooses not to keep the child, she's burdened with pregnancy for 9 months. Pregnancy is.
She could get an AB.
She's still burdened with that. You see, she's still burdened with having to bleed the baby out.
And the man is still burdened with going to
so
go
my
get
point
his
is,
whatever done. Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I understand you don't know because you're a little bit.
Like I keep saying, there's responsibility on both sides.
So it's not that.
Even though the responsibility might not be exactly equal, at the end of the day, if you have a child, that is a shared responsibility.
Sierra,
if the woman does not
it's not a shared responsibility,
and she has
it's not a shared responsibility. It's not.
No
It's
discussion
not
Yes,
needed.
because
it
Just
is.
bring the
it's
Any
facts.
not
a child
because
is a shared
no, it's not
responsibility of
because
the two
Sierra,
people
you
that
just
brought them into the
admitted
world.
Sierra, you just admitted that you just admitted that the mother could give away the child. It's not. They don't have to.
She
Do you know?
can.
She can. So they
She
don't have to be.
took on the responsibility of
No, she
keeping the
took on.
child.
So she didn't have to. She doesn't have to. That's my point. It's a choice. So before they had intercourse, she sat
It's a
there.
choice on both sides. The
Exactly.
man
It's a choice.
to
It's
have a
hold
baby.
on.
The man chose to have a baby.
Hold on.
The woman chose to have a baby.
Hold on. She
They both
chose
have a
it.
child.
That she chose
One
it.
person leaves.
Sierra, are
One
you
person holds
slow
on
or
to
are
the
you dumb? Listen to
responsibility
what I'm
of keeping the
saying.
child.
The difference between someone being unalived and someone choosing is different. The mother, the single mom, didn't choose for her baby dad to be unalived. That's the difference. The baby dad that unalived, she didn't choose that. She was with that man until he wasn't on earth anymore. She didn't choose that. But the man who did it unalive, she chose that. She chose.
How did she choose for him to leave when he chose to leave on his own?
Because the man never committed to her. That's the difference.
Okay,
see, the one
and
that
the woman
unalived,
never committed
the one
to
that
the man and left him with the baby.
the one that unalived, they were
So,
together.
devil's advocate, the woman leaves the father with the child. She doesn't want the baby. Now what? Is the father now a degenerate?
Yeah, they're
because
both.
he chose to lay down with that woman?
Degenerates. What did you think? Of course, they're both degenerates.
Exactly. So, like I said, it's a shared responsibility.
It's not a shared responsibility. That's the difference.
It's two people.
Just because
who
they're
should
both
not even be
degenerates,
having kids in the first place.
Sierra, do you
laid
know there's
down
a
and had
difference?
kids,
Sierra,
and now that child has to suffer because
do you know there's
one
a difference
person didn't
between
hold up their end of the bargain?
No, just because they're both
one
degenerates.
person chose not to hold up their end.
Yeah, because they can choose to. That's the difference. Like they can
but
choose
why is a woman judged more harshly for keeping her child when a man gets to choose to walk away? Why does he have the luxury of walking away and the woman doesn't? Why is the woman called a degenerate for choosing to keep her child?
Because she chose to be a single mom. That's why.
Because her two choices would have been have an AB.
No, that's not her only two choices. There was another choice. Did you forget? What's the most important choice?
After she's already pregnant and left with the child,
then she chose it.
Her two choices is to get rid of the child and not be a single mom.
Then she chose it. That's what she chose when
so
she laid down on her back. So then she would not be
part of this debate.
But that's what
Women
she chose.
Women that choose to get ABs are not part of this debate because they don't have any
kids.
It's
a choice. This is what you Fefails want. You want to get your cheeks clapped, and then when you don't like the consequences, men.
But you do too. This. Why do you think this can't happen to you?
This. It doesn't happen because, oh my God. Do you know it's not easy to get pregnant? Like, I don't think you Fefails.
It is easy to get pregnant. What are you talking about?
It's not.
All you gotta do is do the nasty. What are you talking about? It's that easy.
Just because
that's why people have kids all
just
the time.
Just because you have intercourse doesn't guarantee you're gonna have a baby.
It increases the chance significantly.
No, it doesn't.
Significantly if you have intercourse.
No, the only time it increases.
You can even have a baby on accident while on birth control. What are you talking about?
The only time it increases is when you're ovulating. That's the only time. That's the only time you can get pregnant. I know.
You can even get pregnant while you're on birth control.
The only time you can get pregnant is when you are ovulating. Birth control doesn't stop your ovulation. You do know that, right?
Okay, but my point being is it's not hard to get pregnant.
No, it's not entirely easy. That's the point. So what I'm saying is this, is you don't get pregnant randomly. Pregnancy doesn't actually happen randomly. It happens.
It happens after you have intercourse.
No, no, it doesn't. Not all the time.
It happens after you have intercourse.
No,
and your
it doesn't. That's why. No. Fertilization.
So how other way can a woman get pregnant?
Oh my gosh, this is insanity.
It's through ovulation.
This isn't. Rems, I don't know how you do it. Like,
y'all
need to gift up Rems for dealing with this insanity, because I've already reached my limit. And let me tell you something. This woman, Sierra, up here, she came up here trying to prove that men are equally accountable to make up for her poor choices or poor choices in life.
I don't have any kids. I don't make any poor choices. I
what's
make
the
more
whole
money
point
than
of you
you.
coming
I'm a
up
real
here and
estate agent.
championing single mothers?
I'm just
What's
saying
the whole
that
point?
single
The
mothers
whole
are not
point
the
is
only
because
ones
women like
responsible.
you have a beehive mentality. You
How
support
do I have
degeneracy,
a
and you're
beehive
just as part.
mentality?
You're just as much as part of the problem as the single mothers. You're if not, you're
How?
worse.
How?
Because you're up here making excuses for women.
Because it's not solely the women's fault. Those are
You
two
want to point the
degenerate
finger at
people.
men so
I think if we're
badly
having the conversation of
because
the
why?
single mother, we should also have the conversation of the.
And tell them what they should be or how they should
I didn't
be
say
doing
that.
it.
I said
That is
it's
not
a
your
shared
place.
responsibility.
Don't
If we're
worry
going to talk
about the
about
men.
degenerate
Don't
single
worry
mothers,
about the
we need to
men. Make
talk
sure
about
your side of the
absent
grass is
fathers.
watered and clean. How about that?
I think you're only saying that
Marry
because you
before you
have a
carry.
man
Okay,
in your
hold
life.
on. Can you please address the prompt first? Okay, before you... Okay, so I'm going to quickly just read up the super chats and then you can read the prompt. Thank you, Eric Jordan sent $2. I'm going to tell you right now, you're a failing Fefail. Facts on facts. Rob sent $2. These women don't see the absence of choice for men. No, they don't. Thank you, Timothy sent $2. Remnant, I feel you are wasting your time. I mean, you know, it's crazy. Like, women don't even know their own body. It's actually always interesting to hear how slow a lot of females are. Thank you, Timothy. Sent $2. No discussion needed. Just bring the clappers. Thank you, Rising Phoenix. Sent $1.99. Marry before you carry. Facts on facts. Marry before you carry. Is it that hard? Must be. Anyways, so we have a new panelist. Welcome.
Hi. Hello.
Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
I feel like...
How old are you?
Oh my God. I'm 18.
Okay. Go ahead.
Yeah. I feel like men should be responsible for making them choices. Like, they have all responsibilities in this situation. What?
Okay, it's open panel. So let's say men should be held. Men should be responsible, right? What happens if the man doesn't want to be responsible?
Then he shouldn't be fucking.
No,
he should be wearing protection.
No, cursing.
Yes.
You're 18 years old
sorry,
and you have such a foul mouth. What on earth is this?
Oh my goodness.
Like,
what if the baby daddy locked up
on a whole new
idiot?
Then he did something to be put in jail.
US,
That's his fault. That's nobody else's fault but his.
And about 960,000 to 1 million MRDRS in that time. Somehow men are more violent.
let's have some decorum, all right? No cursing.
Please do.
So the reality, so what if the man doesn't want to stop having intercourse? Now what?
Then he should use protection.
What if he doesn't want to?
Well, then they shouldn't be doing anything. He should find a whole different person that wants to have sexual intercourse every single day.
Say intercourse. Sexual intercourse is the same thing. Goodness me. Okay, just say intercourse. You don't need to say sexual intercourse. It's like saying smacks.
Sexual.
There's no point saying sexual intercourse. It's the same thing.
I graduated. What is you?
Why did you keep trying to
doesn't even make any?
If
you said you graduated, but you're saying sexual intercourse, like what?
Okay,
that's what it's called.
Oh, literally, like what?
Smacks and intercourse is
you
the
just
same
don't want
thing.
her lives to get okay,
can we not police
so
her?
Just say intercourse. You don't need to say sexual intercourse. So what if the man doesn't want to do...
Did you graduate from kindergarten?
What if the man doesn't want to do anything that you said? He doesn't want to stop having intercourse. He doesn't want to stop busting a nut. He doesn't want to stop using... He doesn't want to use protection. What now?
then she should leave him and he should find somebody else that wants all that he desires.
So why aren't these Fefails leaving these type of men?
Because they get manipulated, love bombed.
So how do they get manipulated into laying on their back?
It's very easy to get manipulated.
How? How do you get manipulated
it's
for a man to...
easy.
How? So tell me how then. If it's so easy, then it should be easy to
Because he
explain.
portrays himself as a good man.
He could fill her head up with lies. Like, it's very
what type
common.
Of lies?
And
what type of lies? What is he lying
to
her
I
about?
love you. Oh, I won't do this in you. Like, there's men out here that tells
but he didn't
women
marry her.
that they won't. Okay.
So if a man,
then
so
they shouldn't be.
So hold on. If a man, do you know how a man truly respects you? Do you know what that looks like?
You said what?
Do you know what it looks like when a man truly respects you?
Yes, because
what does it look
somebody
like?
that respects me.
What does it look like?
Respects your boundaries. Doesn't do what you told them you don't want them to do. If you say no kids, then they should respect that.
That's not how you know if a man truly respects you and wants to honor you. No.
Yes.
A man that truly...
In this topic, yes,
no,
that's how you
that's
know
not
when
true.
a man respects. Yes.
A man who truly respects you and wants to honor you will marry you. A man who truly actually honors you and respects you and wants you to be a woman in his life marries you. Doesn't have intercourse with you outside of marriage. The fact that he's clapping your cheeks,
Okay, so you're
missing marriage.
He doesn't respect you. You're over here saying single moms
There's plenty of married men that cheat on their wives all the time.
Literally.
He still honored her as a wife. That there's a big difference.
He still honored her, but he's out here cheating on her with different females while being married.
There's a difference.
It's not a difference.
There is a big difference.
What's the difference?
It's not
the difference is
married women still get cheated on.
The man is still protecting, providing.
He's not protecting nothing.
He is
providing.
If he's
out here.
It does not cheating.
No,
he is protecting.
Like, I'm not gonna be married.
He is
and have my husband out here with different
Where are
men.
you failed females on the panel? Where are you guys located? America?
Yeah,
no, I'm located in Asia.
No, she's located
South
in
Asia.
She's located in the
I can't speak for your country, but in America, in the West, marriage does absolutely protect women.
No, we don't.
It does. From a legal standpoint, it does.
From a legal standpoint, but from an actual inside marriage,
it doesn't
not
protect them emotionally. It doesn't protect them mentally. It only protects women financially and legally.
Thank you.
This is what you Fefails don't understand, right? The marriage,
y'all just like to bow down to
the
men.
Marriage. It has nothing to do with that. The marriage, listen, the marriage protects her and those children.
No, it doesn't.
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how.
The only way
Let me tell you how. Let me tell you how.
The wife and the children.
Let me tell you how. Do you know that single moms' children are more likely to be preyed upon?
That's a lie.
That's not a lie. That's not.
That is a lie.
That's not a lie.
That is a lie.
That's not
because we have husbands out here who preys on their own kids. That's a lie.
That's not high.
That's a lie.
That's not high.
That's a lie.
Hold
That's
on.
a lie.
No, it's not a lie.
You're speaking on something that you're not completely right on.
Okay.
No, we don't choose the men.
You're triggered.
The men,
it's not a lie.
Okay,
can I say something? Mothers bring a bunch of men in and out of the household.
Why can't we say it's a shared responsibility?
It's not a lie.
Like how?
Okay.
Why is it not a shared responsibility? That's what I'm trying to understand.
This is what you Fefails don't want to admit. Okay? In a single mom, no cursing. What is wrong with you?
Sorry, I thought I was muted.
So the reality is, children are less protected when there's no father. A lot of ABs, neglectment, malfunctions happens in single mom households. Single, what's it called? Fatherless households. Children who are most likely to get AB'd, I have to drop you YJ because of that profanity. a TikTok said you violated their rules, I'm gonna have to drop you. This is what you Fefails do. You come here with some dirty mouths, like 18 years old, and this is how you speak. Like, do you even have a father in your life? That's the real question.
That was rude.
You Fefails have no fathers to be speaking like this. There's no way. There's no way at
That was
18
rude.
years old you can be
And
speaking
I do
like
have
this.
a father.
Is your name YJ?
I just don't think you should speak about other women like that.
I'm confused. I don't think Remnant asked for your opinion.
Okay,
Right, so
and I didn't ask for her unsolicited opinion
I wasn't
about
even
that other girl. That was rude.
You're on her panel.
I wasn't even talking
I just
about
don't support
you.
bullying. I'm sorry.
I don't care.
I just don't support bullying.
I don't
That's
care.
all.
I don't support community boxes. Now I'm gonna read up the super chats.
But you're a community
I
box.
don't care.
You're not a virgin.
I don't care. I don't
Okay,
care.
then.
I don't care.
So
Be
you don't
quiet.
support yourself.
Be quiet. Can someone mute her up? Mute her. Have these degenerates getting triggered all the time. All right. Thank you, Rising Phoenix. Sent 1999 US dollars. Since 1973 in the US, there have been 66 million ABs and about 900,000, 60,000 to 1 million unalivements in that time. Somehow men are more violent. Oh, that is true. That is true. You Fefails be unaliving your babies like it's no tomorrow. Like it's a trip. Like it's a holiday. And you know what the worst part is? It's excruciating. It's not something that you just wake up, They bleed throughout the whole entire day. They watch their babies bleed out of them. Thank you, Timothy. Sent $5 US. Send the ones that don't get it our way for the clappage. Don't even worry about it. We got them covered. Facts on facts. They belong to the streets. There are plenty of Fefails out there for men to clap because you Fefails are easily accessible. Thank you, Rising Phoenix. Sent $9.99 US. Here we go again. The man manipulated her, but I thought women were smarter and the most educated. The cognitive dissonance is unreal. It's your choice, no accountability whatsoever. Facts on facts. Okay, then. So we have a new panelist. Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Okay. Well, hello. In regards to the prompt, single mothers are degenerates. I understand what you're saying. I think that, and I'm sorry, am I echoing?
No, you're not echoing. Go ahead. I'm listening.
Okay. I think that, because I know this is a large amount addressed to BLK communities. I think that a lot of BLK women, I won't say all, are not taught to vet or even how to date. And in our community, SMEX is like inflated to where it's normalized to have SMEX before marriage because marriage is not even an idea. It's not a point of getting to. If you're not being raised by somebody who's married and you're not taught how to vet and even the music that a lot of us grew up on, it inflates having SMEX before marriage. It doesn't talk about family. It's none of that. So as a result, I think that's where single motherhood came from. And yes, it is, bearing a child falls a majority on a woman than it would a man. But I believe men do still play a part in it.
Okay, I'm going to introduce the next panelist. Welcome. Oh, you was, okay then. Okay then. All right, it's open panel. Can you just repeat what you said, please? The new panelist.
Who, me?
Yes.
Repeating what I said, I think that it's inflated in our community to have the SMEX culture, the friends with benefits, the situationships. It's inflated.
Okay, then it's inflated. So hookup culture is inflated.
Yeah, so we're not taught, and I don't even think that we're really taught to vet or
no, of course not,
or even know what to look for. And then it's not until you're like knees deep in a relationship that you don't realize that, oh shoot, this is red flags.
I mean, then that is just their fault.
Yeah, I'm not saying the fault. Well, this is what I say. I believe that you can't be at fault if you don't know.
No, that's ridiculous. That is dumb.
Why?
That's not true. That's a real thing when it comes to legal
that
cases.
is dumb. That is dumb. Is it? No,
Why?
no.
Hold on. Let her talk. Why is that dumb?
I'm a real estate agent.
It's still your fault. It doesn't. It doesn't.
Legal law.
Just because
limited law.
She asked me,
wait.
Sierra, I'm speaking.
Sierra, hold on, love.
Okay, it is your fault because you chose to do it. Now, it's your fault as well that you didn't know. See, you Fefails, I will never understand how you just willingly open your legs. I mean, intercourse shouldn't even be that easy to do. So you're telling me that you was comfortable enough, even though you have no idea about anything, to lay down with a stranger? It's your fault.
No.
It's your fault because it was easy for you to spread your legs open and do the most intimate thing you could do with anybody. It's the most intimate thing you can do with a human being, is have intercourse. So the fact that you surpass everything to do the most intimate thing, meanwhile, you don't know what you're doing, that's still your fault. You're just dumb.
Get pressured into doing things.
No one gets pressured into opening their box.
So this is what I agree with that. I don't think that I didn't say that it's not on us for opening our legs. It's on us. What's not on us is that we decided to trust the person.
It's still their fault. Everything that happens. Sorry, go ahead.
No, sorry, Rems. I just wanted to say that is on women, because a lot of the time, I think one of the panelists who came up here earlier said it very well. She said a lot of the time, Fefails, they ignore the red flags. They don't care, right? Until things hit the fan. And then all of a sudden it's, oh, well, he changed at the drop of a dime. No, it doesn't work like that. There's always signs, and
Can I ask you a question?
And I think it's really sad that women come up here and want to make excuses for poor behavior. At some point in time, it's insanity to keep doing the same thing over and over, expecting different results, and that's exactly what these women are doing. So you can't sit here and say it's because of the culture, it's because of the music, it's because of the government. No, these are choices that these women are coherently making. No. You can't tell me that that women in the West don't have more rights than the majority of the women in the world. You can't sit up here and tell me that.
No, I don't believe that.
But what about single fathers, though?
I don't believe that women of the West, I believe that they have more rights than most women.
Yes, they do.
And so
wait. You don't believe. Wait. You don't believe that women in the West have more rights than women in third countries?
They do. I believe that they do.
Yeah, she agreed.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Are single fathers degenerates?
Yeah. I don't get it, because there's people who grow up in like really, poor neighborhoods, and they find their way out of the struggle, right? Just because that's where they come from, that doesn't give them an excuse to live in squalor, right? They make a better way for themselves. And so to sit up here and say, oh, well, it's the upbringing, it's the music, it's it's just ridiculous. It's not adding to anything. Maybe back then you could have said that, sure, when all of this first started, but now it's just degenerate. It's degeneracy.
Are single
Can you
fathers
tell? Wait.
degenerate?
Can you
Yes,
tell me
they are.
why? Hold on. Why do you say back then you could versus now?
Well, because I believe back then, women didn't really, have as many choices as they do now, right? And so I think it was a lot different back then than it is today. But today, women don't really have an excuse. You don't really have an excuse. You can't say, "Oh, I had no choice but to do it this way," or marry this man. Nobody is forcing you to be with these men. Nobody is forcing you to clap cheeks. That's a choice that
Say
you're
that to the
making.
men.
So
So
my
in the case
question.
of single fathers being degenerates, what does that make the abandoning mother? Is she also the degenerate?
They're both, you're asking the same
I think
questions like
I
5
think it
different
makes both.
ways. I said
Okay.
it, they're both
I don't
degenerates. Like,
think.
what are you
I
talking
think
about?
that what
If we
there's.
flip it back again, devil's advocate, a single mom can be a degenerate as well as the abandoning father. We should not solely put the blame on the mother.
This is where this Sierra. This is why I'm not a friend. This is why I say
I'm
you're
saying
slow.
we should not solely put the blame on the mother.
Wait. This is what you don't understand. There's a difference between being degenerate and taking responsibility. Those are two different things, and you're conflating the two. Okay, you're putting two different words and putting it into one. You can be degenerate and not have any responsibility. They're both degenerates, okay? They made broken homes. They both decided to create that situation. But the reality is, none of them have to take responsibility for it.
Is the reason why you
they
choose
don't.
the
Why not?
With a baby.
Because do you know why? Because they have free will. Okay? In Western society, you can practically do whatever you want. So you Fefails want to hold men accountable or responsible, but you can't change the man for who he is. If he doesn't want to be a father, you can't change that. There's nothing you can do. The only thing you can do is keep, hold on. The only thing you can do is keep your legs closed. Yeah, and child support doesn't change nothing because she's still the one that has to take care of the baby.
It still makes him responsible for the child at the end of the day.
It doesn't do nothing. No, it doesn't. It doesn't. Man, they don't have to.
Yeah, because he still got to pay for that child.
Let me tell you something. It's so
still got to pay for that child.
No, he doesn't have to. He doesn't. He actually doesn't.
So how do you suggest men who are on child support for the child that they did and won't get off of child support?
It's not about getting off child support. He doesn't have to do something he doesn't want to do. This is what
he is doing something he don't want to do. This is why you Fefails are bird brains because you lay down with men and you don't think about the consequences after. This is why I say you're bird brains because there's consequences on both sides.
No. Yeah, but the reality is, it's not men complaining about being single dads. It's not men complaining about their baby mamas.
Complaining about. There are fathers complaining about being single dads.
No, they're not.
No, not to the same extent. They don't. No, they don't. Men
because it's proportionately misrepresented. There's way more single moms than there are single dads.
It's only 4% of single dads, right? And here's how I know women are just trash. 74% of the household.
Okay,
are
Chrissy,
single
one
mothers,
second,
right?
1 second, Chrissy. I'm just gonna quickly just read out the super chat, and then you can open up the panel. Thank you, Timothy. Sent $2. Those who don't hear must feel. Exactly. Thank you, Rising Phoenix. Sent $4.99. Lino, one taught you how you vet a man. Lino, one taught you how to vet a man. That is such a cope. You know how to choose. You know how to choose your friends, right? Are they good people or not? That is true. That is actually very true. You Fefails, you know how to choose your friends. You know how to choose everything else. Hold on, I'm speaking. A lot of you Fefails know how to choose everything else other than a man to clap your cheeks. Thank you, Rising Phoenix, saying $4.99. If you don't know how to choose a man, is the reason why you choose the bear. Here is a question: do you consider your husband your family? It's interesting.
Is that for us to answer?
Let Chrissy join the panel, and then you can answer the question.
Okay.
Oh, I think I was responding to someone. I
You were
forgot what she
reading a
said.
Yeah,
statistic.
Chrissy, welcome? Do you agree with the prompt?
You know I do, absolutely. Absolutely. And it's the whole argument that, oh, anyway, I forgot what I know I said 4% or something, but I forgot why I was saying it to piggyback, but
You're
yes,
talking
prove me wrong,
about
TikTok
single
family.
fathers.
Because somebody said that single fathers are not doing I think somebody mentioned single fathers are complaining too. It's only 4% of single fathers. And then there's 74% of single mothers. And I'm talking about, I ain't even look at the other race, right? Can we say race? The other
Yeah, that's fine.
ethnicity,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So 74% of us is single mothers and 4% of BOK men are single fathers. How the hell are they outranking 74% of single mothers if they're complaining? They're not doing a good job, but they're outranking you statistically, meaning they're raising children to be better than what you are. Your children are ending up
That
in
doesn't even
prison,
make sense.
on the street. That's the point. If it's
I'm
4%
saying
of
if
single
there's
fathers,
74%, there's only 4% of men. There's a chunk of the percent missing. Stats have to equal 100.
ain't no God. You went to school?
Yeah,
Did you go to school?
if you comparing the two
There is no
statistics,
way y'all went to school and
it would
y'all
be the
studied.
statistic against how many women are single mothers versus how many black men are single fathers. And you're
That's
saying
what I just
Be okay,
74%
said.
of
please.
black. No, listen. You
Be
said
okay. Say be
74%
okay.
of black
Say be
of
okay.
BOK.
She about to
You
think she
said
makes sense.
74% of BOK women are single mothers, right? But only 4% of BOK men are single fathers. But what happened to the other 18%?
They're married.
They're not showing up.
They're
That would
married.
not be within the same statistic.
They're married. So why are you asking where they're at?
Because I'm saying the stat isn't right.
How would you know? You don't even know what a stat is.
I know what I took statistics. I know what a stat is. I
There's
read
no way.
statistics all the time.
There's no way you took it and you're
Stats have
arguing
to
with
equal
me.
100.
But if you, no, it does not. That makes no sense.
If the stat
That's
is
not even
comparing,
logical.
if the stat
Anyway,
is
back to what I
comparing,
was
Who
saying
are
before
you to
she
come
cut
up
me
here and
off.
tell somebody they took a
Before she
test
cut
and they
before
didn't?
she
Like
cut
what?
me off, before she cut me off,
So
I'm
rude
saying
and
your stat
ghetto.
doesn't make any sense.
Oh
what I
my
was saying
goodness.
is they can look it up. It's not that damn complicated.
It
Shit she
does
took
make
school.
sense.
There is
Majority
no
of
way.
women majority of women are the main
74% of black
parent.
women are single
Majority
mothers.
majority of women are the main
4% of black
parents.
men
That
are
is a
single
fact.
fathers.
Yes, that would make sense. Yes, it doesn't always
Where
have to
is the
equal to
other
her.
percent?
But did she just tell you?
When do married people come into play when it's a stat against married single mothers
Hold
versus
on,
single
Remy.
fathers?
I got the paper right here. Don't worry about it. Hold on. I do this for real. I took stat school. Ain't no
The
way you went
reason
to
I
school
asked
for
the
statistics
question
and
is
you don't know
because of the
this.
lack of
That's bare
respect for
minimum
family.
information when you're doing a
BLK women in
debate
particular
and when
don't
you're
see
in
men as their
statistics for school. And
family.
then what program you took with your lying ass? I went to school for statistics. What
Oh,
program
she's
was it
cursing up
called?
on your panel.
She didn't curse.
Yes, she did. She said the A
What
word.
statistics
The
did you
what?
take? What class was it?
Like,
How old are you? Are you like a
so
toddler or
rude
something?
and ghetto. Like,
I'm
ugh.
21. I'm an entrepreneur. I have my own
Oh, I
job.
hope. So you're an entrepreneur, right? So you understand.
I understand stats very well, yes.
So what is a ROI?
A return on
Welcome,
interest.
PA. Welcome,
So
welcome,
if you
What's
welcome.
the
understand that,
APY since we asking stupid questions?
if you understand that,
What's the APY?
why are you arguing against
What's the APY since we
statistics?
asking stupid
Why are
questions?
you arguing against statistics if you understand return on investments, not
What
interest,
is
investment?
a return on investment got to do with the stat that you just
Because if you
said?
understand the probability of that, then you understand the probability of statistics.
No, if it's a stat, it has
I
to
know
equal
you
100.
lying.
If we're comparing single
No, this gotta be
BLK
Ashton
women to
Kutcher.
single BLK men
Remy,
who
we
have
getting punked.
kids,
I'm telling you, we getting punked. I'm telling you.
then it
Ain't
needs
no
to
way.
equal 100. Your stat is
Ain't
not correct. Even just hearing it, I could debunk it just from hearing it. It has to equal 100. There's no way it could be 4% of men and 74%, because where's the other percent at? And you're saying
They're
married people, but they would not
married.
be within the same stat. That's not
Yes, they
comparing the
would.
stat.
Remy, we getting punked. I'm telling you, Ashton Kutcher gonna come out somewhere. There is no way this woman believes what she's saying. There's no way. And I know her frontal cortex is not closed yet. I get that she's still developing. But by the age of 21, I understood statistics. My daughter is 10 and she understands that. My son is 17. All my children understand statistics. They would never fix their mouth to
A
say it
stat
has
has
to
to
equal
equal 100, ma'am.
100%. What?
I
That don't even
mean,
make sense to a.
If it's a pot is a
if you
circle.
take a look, okay, she
has to be
is
100%.
correct still. Either way, she's still correct, because 80% of women are single moms and only 16-20% are single dads. Still doesn't really change what she said.
I want to give her the actual link so she can look it up herself, because even
No,
the link,
I'm hearing you.
even
I'm
the
saying the stat that you just
even
gave of 74% of women that are black
even
are single mothers, and that only 4% of
because what
BLK
y'all
men
like
are
to do,
single fathers.
is
That's incomplete and it's not
derail.
correct and should
You
not be
like to
credible.
you like to derail the conversation because you don't want to admit that you guys are empty brains.
I don't have an empty brain.
If you don't have kids, then you don't.
I
don't
think
even know
it's the
why you're here.
responsibility of both people.
Do you have children?
I think those are two degenerate people.
Do you have children?
I don't have children because I'm not a degenerate.
So what are you
I'm not
fighting
a degenerate
for?
like you.
So you agree
I'm
with
not
the
a single
prompt.
mother like you.
Oh, I know you lying. Oh no, my kids have a father that was born
Do you have a husband
marriage.
though?
That was born in marriage. My husband is their father. So this is what happens when. Why are you here? You agree with the prompt because you say you're not a. So
She
what you
doesn't. She
arguing
doesn't
again?
agree with the prompt.
My stance is I don't think we should only be pointing fingers at single mothers. I think the father is also equally responsible. That's what I think. That's what I said.
No, he's not equally responsible.
Okay, and that's where we disagree at.
Okay, so you can look up research. It's the demographics.com. It'll tell you the percentage of with married parents, with single mother, with cohabitating unmarried parents, with single fathers, with custodial parents, with one absent parent. It'll tell you the exact statistics that I just read you.
So
you want to
told me
focus on 100%. It does not. It does not
so
change.
You told me an incomplete
that majority.
statistic.
It doesn't change that majority of single mothers are still being outperformed by 4% of single fathers. It don't change that. How is single fathers doing better than single mothers if they're doing so well?
How are single fathers doing better?
How are single fathers that are 4% doing better than single mothers that have a way higher percent in raising children? How is that small little number doing better? They're almost doing just as good as married parents.
How? What does that mean? Like what?
That's not my question.
What constitutes them being better?
That's not my question. I'm asking you, how is it statistically proven that 4% of fathers are doing better than a higher percent of single mothers?
What is better?
That's not, you know more than me because you're the one arguing that they're not.
It's your duty. It's your duty to go find out.
Single fathers raise their children better statistically, right? Children do better in single father households than they do in single mother households. That's number one. And I don't understand why we're even concerned with the single fathers when the topic is about single mothers being degenerates in the first place.
Yeah, I disagree completely with the topic that only single mothers are degenerates.
Where does it say only, Sierra? Where does it say only?
I think that if we're going to hold one person accountable, we should hold everybody accountable.
Where does it say only, Sierra, on the topic?
It doesn't just take one person to make a child.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
It doesn't just take one person to make a child.
But
so why does the woman get to get labeled as degenerate?
No. It takes one person to decide if that child's going to be born or not. So y'all love to do that, but you forget the responsibility of the decision for the child to be born. Because when that woman doesn't want that child, she gets rid of it. When the man wants it and she doesn't, she still gets rid of it. When he doesn't want it and she does. She keeps it.
But this
BS.
goes back
Y'all
to my
are
argument I had
y'all
earlier.
are hypocrites
If
and
that woman
manipulative.
were not to
No,
have
no,
that
hold on,
baby and to
Sierra.
get an AB, she would not
Sierra.
be a
No,
part of the statistics
no,
of single mothers
Sierra.
because she wouldn't
Pause.
have a child.
No, you just said that they are equally responsible. How, when they don't even decide if the baby gets carried out here or not? How?
Listen,
how are they equally responsible
mother,
when they don't decide?
If that woman is pregnant and she decides not
That's
to have
not
the
what
baby,
I'm asking you. I'm not asking
and
you that.
she
I
gets
said
an
how.
AB,
That's
she's
not what.
no longer a part
That's
of
not
the
what I'm
statistic
asking
of a
you.
single mother
No,
because she doesn't have a child.
No. That's not what I'm asking you. I'm asking you because you said they're equally responsible. How, if she's the only one that decides if that baby makes it to this world? How? How are they
Because
equally
she's
responsible?
choosing to choose life.
So when she don't choose life, how is the man
Then she
still
not a part
equal?
of the statistics.
How?
That's why abortion don't got
If she
nothing to
does,
do with the
no,
conversation.
we're not even talking
Because if
about.
she get an AB, she not
You
a
see
single
how
mother.
y'all like to manipulate when it's about the woman? Y'all like to say the man is equally responsible for the baby being here. No, he's equally responsible for laying down with an empty-brained woman who likes to use and bully his body and her body to control him and get what she wants. When she does not want that child, she gets rid of it. It's not about statistics at this point. Y'all are trying to make men equally responsible for single mothers. BS. And they're not equally responsible. But you cannot explain to me how they're equal if the woman decides to make him a father when she gets ready. How is he equal to that?
Chris is speaking facts. All right, I'm going to quickly read out the super chats. Thank you, Eric Jordan. Said $2 Fefails. You're triggered that you're a failing Fefail. Facts on facts. Rising Phoenix sent $4.99. The reason I asked the question is because of the lack of respect for family. BLK women in particular don't see men as their family. That is true. That is true. They don't. I've heard them say that a lot, which is weird. Thank you, Rob.
That's very weird.
Yeah, I know, right? How do you not see the child of your father's family? Anyways, Rob sent $2. I'll pray for Sierra. She doesn't understand stats.
How I don't understand stats when it has to equal 100?
Rob said that. Thank you, Rob.
It's not my fault she read an incomplete stat. After she read the whole stat, didn't it make sense? And it still had to equal 100, right? Because the missing percent was the married couple, right?
You got so much to say with that. You still haven't answered my question.
Then it still equaled 100, right?
You still haven't answered how are men equal. You still haven't answered how are men equal when they do not decide to be fathers when the woman makes the ultimate decision. You still haven't answered that.
They decided to be a father when they impregnated that woman, when they created that child in her stomach.
No, they decided,
that's when he decided to be a father.
An empty-brained female who didn't understand that once you procreate.
So if that man leaves and that woman still has the baby,
no.
Is that still not the biological father? Is he no longer a father because he chose not to claim the child?
So you mean to tell me?
If they get a DNA test with that baby daddy,
you don't believe
is he no longer the father because he said, I don't want that child?
No. You're not going to flip this, Sierra, because that's what you low empty brain people do. You're not going to try to switch this to force it on the fathers. How is he equally responsible for a decision he has no play in? How?
So you're saying like if the mother
I said it 15 different ways.
I'm trying to break it down slowly so we can walk through this together. He does not make
the decision whether or not that child entered this world. Only the mother does. So how is he equally responsible?
The mother cannot have a child without having a baby.
You being slow. You being slow.
You all said that the fetus is living.
So again, if they
So when the father
Sierra,
puts the fetus in the mother.
See, ma'am, sir, whatever. We are bypassing the conception is that I'm not a toddler. That don't bother me. So
and I don't care.
We're bypassing the fact that they laid down together and made a decision.
But when a fetus is a fetus alive or not?
Sir, we're past that.
Rasputia, is a fetus alive or not?
They laid down together.
Rasputia, is a fetus alive or not?
They laid down together and
Oh,
slept
now you're
together.
silent. You can't answer the
Now she's
question.
pregnant. No, I'm talking. You know,
Is
you
the
hear me
fetus
talking.
alive?
They laid down
Is the
together.
fetus alive?
You're not pivoting. You're not doing this. You're going to
Is
answer
the
the question
fetus
or you're going to stay
alive?
silent. They laid down
Is the
together.
fetus
Sierra, why are
alive?
you struggling to answer the question? You know, you're telling us
'Cause you
about how
won't
you're
answer.
You struggling
educated,
to answer the question.
but you
I
are
asked
struggling.
Don't you have a
question.
degree
It's
or
actually
something?
Is the fetus alive?
Chrissy's asking is actually 110%. She's on point.
I'm answering her question.
So
No, you're not.
No, you're not,
I'm
because
saying you're saying that because she chooses to bring the baby to the world, but medically speaking, if the fetus is in the stomach, the fetus is alive. Therefore, the baby is already here.
No, it's.
What are you talking about? What?
Girl, what?
A fetus is living.
How is the fetus? Oh my God.
No,
Jesus.
Ain't
Is the
no way
fetus
you're
not living?
confusing. You're
Is the fetus
confusing
not
a
alive?
newborn
Rem,
with a
she's
fetus.
grasping at straws because Chrissy just cooked her.
I
Just
know.
cooked
How?
her.
How are
Well
you
done.
comparing a fetus?
Chrissy
First of all,
cooked
Sierra,
her
let me.
alive. It was
Yeah,
beautiful.
right. Because
it was
how is
absolutely
men
beautiful.
equal?
Because what is she
Why
saying
do we
doesn't
not
make any
think
sense
that men
anymore?
are equally responsible? That's what I'm not understanding.
How are men equally responsible for a decision they don't have a play in? That makes no sense.
They do, because they put
How,
the fetus in the woman.
sir,
A woman cannot produce a fetus by
a
herself without the help
and
of
a
a
newborn,
man.
a fetus and a newborn. Because if you watch any type of law, anything, once a child is born, then it's considered, and they take a first breath, it is considered a human. If they do not take a breath, then they have to decide what if it's a fetus or stillborn or whatever. That is medically proven. So you trying to compare
So a
a
fetus
fetus
is not
to
alive.
Hold on, I'm not done talking since you don't know how to
I just need a simple question because I'm so
fetus
dumb. I
is
can't
something that is
I can't
inside
answer
of a
past a yes or
womb.
no question.
A
Is a
fetus
fetus
is
alive?
something inside of a womb. You cannot be that delayed that you don't know the difference. You can simply Google that.
I'm telling you, like I'm slow. I just need to say verbatim. Is a fetus alive? Yes or no?
Ma'am, infant is when the child, the newborn,
Is a
is
fetus
born,
alive? Yes or
and
no?
they
Our
take
failed education
a
system in real
breath.
time, folks.
That is two different things. Either way it go, when a woman does not want to have the fetus that you're talking about that's living and walking around and talking, if she don't want to have that fetus, she can get rid of it at any given point without his consent. How is he equally contributing to the life of that fetus? Since it's a fetus,
He
that is already
created
here.
the fetus. A woman cannot produce a fetus without the man.
How the fuck does it get here? Ooh, she's
cursing.
Because the man puts the
Sorry,
sperm in the
Femi.
woman.
Sierra, how does it get
The
here
woman has
without
the
consent?
eggs, and the man puts the sperm
Sierra.
in the
Okay, let's
woman,
play devil's
and it
advocate.
travels down the birth
The
canal. It
woman doesn't
fertilizes
want the
the
kid.
egg, and then a fetus is produced.
Girl, we know how that works. We not delayed.
So is
the
a
woman
fetus,
don't. So
is a
Sierra,
fetus
pause.
living or no?
Okay, let's go ahead and play your little toddler games, right?
Okay, please.
She don't want the kid, right? The man tells himself the same
answer
thing
my
you tell
question.
No,
Is a
don't
fetus
disrupt
living?
me. Don't disrupt me. Don't disrupt
Is
me.
a fetus living?
So we're gonna go with your narrative. We're gonna go with that. And I want you to have that same energy when I'm done.
I just want you to answer my question.
We're talking about the fetus because they're equal.
To the next point.
Be quiet, Sierra. If the woman doesn't want the fetus, but the man does, and he's equally responsible, he has every right to lock her up in a dungeon, strap her to a bed until it's time to have that baby.
Trying to go to extreme.
No.
Living or
don't
no?
pivot now.
And you
don't
see
pivot
how we've
now.
been having the same conversation. You can't answer a simple question.
It's not.
And yet I'm stupid. And yet I don't know stats. And yet I don't know what I'm talking about.
No, Sierra, don't pivot now.
Y'all are the real birds. Y'all are
If
the
he
real birds.
is
If you don't
equally-
think that man is
if
also
he's-
equally responsible, it's
Sierra.
two people making a poor decision. If
Is
that
you with
woman
your-
wants
is
to
you
keep
with your
that child,
parents?
she has to deal with the consequences
next
and
to
the
your
burden
parents?
of her choice.
Is you with
Of
your
her
parents?
choice.
Is you next to your parents? Because I need to talk to them because I'm trying to figure out, did they stand next to the microwave too long? Did they not give you what you needed? Because where's the disconnect when I just asked you? If the man is equally responsible, then he has every right to lock her up until she has that baby because he's deciding and forcing her
And you're
to give birth
at extremes
to a
because
child.
in no way is that legal.
It ain't no extreme.
Is
it ain't
it
no
legal?
extreme.
Is that
He's
legal?
equal.
No,
He's equal.
it's not.
He's equal. He's
No,
equal.
because just how you said
No.
the man can walk away at any point.
Do y'all not
The man
see?
can walk
Y'all
away at
gotta
any
stop
point.
standing next to this electricity with y'all kids, bro.
Yeah, Sierra, she's actually right. You know, who chooses for the baby to be in this world? Who actually chooses that? Who?
The woman, she has the baby.
That's exactly what she's saying. So how?
But the woman cannot have the baby on her own.
No, she can.
She cannot have a choice in whether on bringing the child into the world.
It's not
without first
but she can.
having a man impregnate her.
Hold on. Listen.
Therefore,
hold on. You're talking about two different things. Listen.
It's a shared
Hold
consequence.
on.
And one person is choosing to not take accountability
over people doesn't change anything.
and not take responsibility for what he did.
You're talking about two different things, okay? Yes, you need a sperm.
I'm talking about what I'm talking
about.
Listen
to what I'm saying. You need a sperm to fertilize the egg. Yes, okay? You need a man to create a baby. Yes, you need a man to create a baby, but you don't need a man to bring the baby in the world. You don't need a man for that. You don't need a man to bring that baby into this world. That man has no part into it at all.
I said the man also gets the right to walk away.
Hold on. So, how does the man hold any type of responsibility if she chooses whether let me land.
Listen.
Whether she gets to choose if the baby gets in the world or not. She doesn't choose that. He doesn't choose that, excuse me. He doesn't get to choose whether she has the baby or not. He has no say at any point. So how can you hold a man responsible when he doesn't even have any rights to what she does with her body?
Because he need to strap her down in the room. What are we talking about?
The only thing I'm saying is, if you would let me speak, is that let's say the man walks away, he doesn't want to be the father. The woman go ahead and has the baby by herself. She takes on all the responsibility and becomes a single mother.
As she should.
Regardless of
that's
whether
called
that
a consequence
man,
for your decision for having babies out of wedlock. That's called a consequence for having babies out of wedlock.
Regardless of if that man
what about the women who don't have a baby daddy, right?
If that baby goes and has a DNA test,
so Sierra,
the
what
other
about
half
the women
of the DNA is going to come from the father.
What about the women that paid 20?
Whether he wanted to have that child or not.
What about the women that paid 25 grand for a specimen to be inserted in them, knowing they, number one, don't have a man at home. Number two, they are not financially stable, so they're getting loans to have a child. And number three, they still proceed to have a child by a man that they don't even know who the father is because they rather have paid 25 grand, but yet they get on social media and they're complaining about being single mothers. You mean to tell me that man she borrowed sperm from is still equally responsible for her decision to go and pay to have a baby, even though she knew she couldn't afford it?
All I'm saying is, in that case,
here she go dancing around the question.
That man is still the father of that child. What? Biologically. The other half in the DNA comes from that man. That's still a father, whether he walks away or not. The same case is still true in the case of the standardized single mother. If the man walks away and chooses not to have the baby, right? He don't have nothing to do to be with the child's life. He don't gotta have responsibility or take on the burden.
I'm telling you, we getting punked. Ain't no way.
You know what it is? Do you know what it is? A lot of these Fefails, you know, it's like they're reckless.
I'm just saying, y'all keep saying like choose better, but y'all all opened y'all legs. Y'all all be doing the nasty.
No, but not everyone is doing it. No, that's not true.
That can't happen to you.
No, it doesn't. But this is where
I think it can't happen to you.
No, it doesn't. This is why I say you Fefails are bird brains.
It can happen.
No, it doesn't. No, it can't just happen. You have to choose it.
You know how the women that choose
you have to choose it. Hold on. You have to choose to be a single mom. It's a choice.
The wife.
We're not talking about people that are being unalived. This is where you Fefails do. You go to a next extreme. We're not talking about
go to the extreme talking about locking a woman up and
She
locking
was
her
just
down in the
over
basement to make sure she
exaggerating.
does.
It was just an over
Exactly. That's an
exaggeration.
extreme.
No,
That's an
it
extreme,
wasn't an
though. That's an
extreme. It was
extreme.
just a
So
point.
you saying you females, that means you too. That means you too.
Sierra, I don't want to mute you, but this is it's simple, okay? It's not. It's a choice.
It's
It doesn't
simple.
just
Everybody
happen.
is
It doesn't
responsible.
just happen. It doesn't just happen. Because do you know what it is? There are women out there. There are women out there who can tell whether a man is good or not. I know that may be shocking to you because you can't
No, it
tell.
may be shocking to you,
It's you.
Miss Community Box.
It's you. It's
But
shocking
it
to
can happen
you.
to anybody.
Hold on, no, it can't.
Just how people thought
how
Ted
can it
Bundy
happen
was
to
a
anybody?
good guy,
How? Tell me how.
and
How
he
can it
turned out
happen?
to be a
How
serial
can it happen?
unaliver.
Hold on. How can it happen to anybody? How can anyone just become a single mom? How?
The same way people become single mothers all the time.
Tell me how. How can it just happen to anybody? How?
When a man chooses to impregnate a woman.
But how can it just happen to anybody?
Why does the man not choose to pull out?
What if she keeps her legs closed? What now?
Why does the man not choose to pull out?
Hold
Why
on,
does he choose to ejaculate inside the woman?
You're saying it can happen to anybody. What if the woman chooses to keep her
Why
legs
does the
closed?
man not wear a rubber?
Answer my question. You said it can happen to anybody, but what if she chooses to keep her legs closed? How does she get pregnant?
She don't get pregnant.
Exactly. So it can't happen to anybody then. That's the point.
So,
it's a choice.
So are you abstinent? Are you a virgin?
It's a choice.
You're
a choice.
Not.
It's a
you
choice.
chose to go out and do the nasty.
It's
and you
a
increased
choice.
Your chance of
is it
being
shocking
a
to
mother.
you, Sierra? Is it shocking to you?
Is it shocking to you that
there
you
are
could be
women
a single
out
mother?
there? Hold on. Is it shocking to you that there are women out there who prioritize traditional values before having intercourse? Is this new to you?
I just don't think that marriage means that you're not going to be a single mother.
It does.
Do you believe in divorce? Do you know how high the divorce rates are?
And women are the ones who initiate the divorce.
And women
I mean, at the very least, at least my children aren't bastards.
And then after they
I'm not
divorce
giving
the
birth
father,
to
and they're not
bastard
with the father
children, right?
anymore, they are now a single mother.
I mean, and that's more than the majority of you Fefails can say. You're giving birth to bastard children.
So are you saying
so I mean, marriage absolutely does matter.
So are you saying that if you're divorced, your kids are bastards? Or
No.
no.
What I'm saying is, if you don't get married prior to having a
Listen,
child, you're giving
I know
birth.
none of y'all
That's
is
the
keeping y'all
definition
legs
of
closed,
a bastard
especially
child.
Miss Chrissy with the 2 kids. So there's no reason we as women should be having this debate, calling
adults.
ourselves
They're not
degenerates for being a single mother when it's something that can happen to
Remy,
anybody.
really quick,
It doesn't happen to anybody. This is why you Fefails are slow. You think it can happen to anybody. It's a choice. It's a choice to be a single mom.
This is how bad they don't understand how the world works when it comes to even in a divorce, right? A single mother don't even have the same judge as a divorced mother. They go on 2 separate sides of the courtroom. They even handle married women different. The world handles married divorced women differently. Baby mamas are handled just like they are. Deranged, slow, can't make good decisions, keep having babies out of wedlock, so you're irresponsible. That's one side. A divorced mother is nowhere near treated the same as a BM. You don't even have the same judge. And here's why they don't know that. Number one, she's an infant who probably get ABs at the clinic every other week, so she don't count. Then you got single mothers who ain't never been wives, so they don't even know that there's another side of the courtroom. The world treats you different. If they didn't, it wouldn't have it on paper. Single, divorced, married, or widowed. If it was the same thing, they would have us in the same category. Divorce wouldn't be separate from single. It's not the same. But because y'all don't know laws and y'all don't know protocol and y'all don't know processing and y'all don't know how shit work in the world work, y'all get on these panels and you run your mouth trying to insult women who don't give a damn about you anyway. We don't know you. You calling the host a single mom. You don't know that woman because you don't know anything but to insult because you don't know how to answer questions. You can't communicate and you suck.
Okay, so I'm going to quickly read up the super chats before I introduce the next person. So we got Rising Phoenix. Thank you. Sent $4.99 US. Please get this idiot off. I'm losing brain cells, Ella, and my IQ is dropping. Well, good news. She has dropped. So yeah, that was something. I'll be very honest with you. Thank you, Derwin Walker, sent $2. Remnant and panel, great work. Sierra, deranged, facts. Thank you, Rising Phoenix, sent $199. Our failed education system in real time, folks. Well, yikes. Thank you, Rising Phoenix, sent $499. This is why I don't date Western women, especially B-dubs, just exhausting. I mean, every day I do this live, I'm glad I am a woman because I don't know what I'll do if I was a man dealing with you, Fefails. Yeah, so we have a new panelist. Welcome. Can you please address the prompt?
Here, single moms are degenerates. Can you explain that word, please?
It means corruption, corrupted.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
So you agree that single moms are degenerates?
Yes, I do.
Okay, why?
Because y'all did not get married, y'all wanted to lay down with that man and make a baby with him before y'all had any commitment. You can say what he want, but y'all got the commitment paperwork.
All right, facts. Okay, it's open panel. Does anyone have anything they want to say? I know Respect wanted to say something.
Yeah, I actually wanted to. I'm glad that I think it's Chrissy. She mentioned how they treat people who are divorced and people who are single mothers by not being in marriages. They see in widows, they treat them all different. But what I thought, you were throwing all of those women. It didn't matter how you became single mothers. You are all degenerates. That's what my understanding was.
I mean, yes, they are, but she's talking about lawfully. So you are a degenerate because you chose to destroy your household, but in the eyes of the courts, you are going to be treated differently. You know, that's what she's explaining. She's explaining that married women have more rights than a baby mama, in just very simple terms. But it still doesn't change the fact that the outcome is a broken home. And that's what makes the divorcee now degenerate, because she chose to create a broken home. If it was men who were initiating divorce at high rates, then we could have a different conversation. If it was men saying, you know what, I don't want you to be my wife anymore. I don't want us to be married. I want to initiate a divorce. Then the conversation will be a lot more different. It will be the men who are destroying these households, but they're not doing that. They're staying married. Whether you Fefails like it or not, they're staying married. They're staying committed. It's Fefails who are choosing to initiate divorce. It's Fefails who are choosing to destroy the household. Now, under the law, they are going to be treated differently. And that's why I say a man who does truly respect you and honors you is going to marry you, because he knows that. He knows whatever happens, at least you are going to be treated with some type of honor by law.
Do you think, and I actually asked the host, do you think that a lot of women have sex with the hopes and the idea that marriage will occur after?
Yes, they do.
And wouldn't you say that is the leading cause for all of this?
No, that's not the leading cause, no.
What is the leading cause?
It's low standards. They think of their nyash. Their standards is as low as their nyash. That's the leading cause. They don't prioritize on traditional value, but you think being a community boss is going to give you a traditional outcome.
So I've heard in a lot of these panels that women that are BLK women, especially BLK women, they're not chosen as wives regardless. So what is your answer to that? Because if we're not going to be chosen as wife regardless, we should all just stop having sex. Because that's what I've heard in many panels. It's that we're not chosen as wives.
They do. Do you know that it's not that you're not getting? I mean, yes, men are not marrying. BLK men are not marrying BLK Fefails, but there has been a good man, majority, every woman, not even going to say majority, Every biological woman has came across one good man. One has came across one good man. One man that is loyal, is disciplined, and is definitely fit to be your husband.
100% true. But the man chooses if he makes her the wife. She can't make him make her a wife.
I mean, it's very simple. If you prioritize on marriage, you will get married.
And what is your take on a lot of men saying they will not wait to have sex?
Then clearly he doesn't want to marry you.
Because that's a large vast majority of men who say that they will not wait for sex. Why would I make you my wife if I'm not even able to have sex with you?
Okay, yeah, I'm going to wrap this up, but the reality is, if the man is not willing to wait, then clearly he doesn't respect you. It's just that simple.
And last question, I promise, and then my last question.
No, sorry, I'm going to lock off the live. But thank you anyways. I appreciate every single one of you. Shout out to Inspector. Shout out to Chrissy. I appreciate you guys always dropping gems, always bringing the heat, and holding these Fefails accountable. A lot of these Fefails think that they are above the program. They actually believe that it is men's fault for why they failed.
Your baby father, if you're not seeing us
Inspector
as your family,
and Chrissy always lets them know that it's not the man, it's you. And it always will be you. Everything that happened in your life, everything that's happening in your life, it's you. It is you. It's funny, these females talk about manifest your reality. Well, you manifested being a single mom. Okay, so I'm going to read out a super chat. Thank you, Rising Phoenix, sent $9.99 US. Your point about marriage was outstanding. Again, I ask, do you see your husband as your family, your baby father? If you are not seeing us as your family, why would we marry you? Facts on facts. Yeah, they dropped. They did drop. Sorry, Rising Phoenix. But a lot of them don't. It's interesting that question, because a lot of them don't see them as their family, but they are literally your family because they're in your family tree. If you take a look at your family tree, if the child's father is there, then they are your family. Okay, thank you guys. We'll be back live next time. Keep an eye out. Thank you. I appreciate you. Bye. Okay, I will be back live on Thursday. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. See you then.
By the way, the one.